might help shovel some snow on the side of the road, help NYC, and all those other things. And then when he gets in, he gets in. So, give or take, it's probably in like the 10:30 range. Right?
Yeah, I would say so.
The 10:30 range. All right, so here's how we're going to do it. We'll go around the room, and we'll do it Price is Right style. If you go over, you're eliminated. There you go. Perfect. The music is perfect. You see? You know what you're talking about. All right, Tom, how about you go first? Let me get a pen out here so we could write this down. What time do we think that Bart is going to show up today?
So first off, I want to apologize to the YouTube audience. Apparently the stream, we hit go live, and it apparently just went live as of like a minute ago.
Oh, so it's live now, but it wasn't before.
Apologies to that. We thought it was live because we hit the button, and it said that I thought we were live. Apparently we weren't.
So it was a computer hiccup is what you're saying?
Yeah, computer hiccup.
Gotcha.
So we have a broken microphone, and we have a computer hiccup. As for Bart's arrival time, I'm going to say 10:29 a.m.
10:29. Okay. Harv, what do you think?
See, I'm going to do what? I'm going to try a rare thing here. I'm going to account for the break. So I'm going to go with a 10:34.
Now, what do you mean the break?
Well, I mean, unless you want to go the whole hour.
No, but so what you're saying is that like you're going to say he's coming in after the first break, and it'll be sometime around there. Tom, what is the break? Like 22, 4, 22, 24?
Usually we've taken it around 24, 25.
Okay, so 24, 25, somewhere around there.
A 9-minute break.
All right, and then you think that's when he's going to mosey on in, and then he's going to save the day and rescue the show. Okay.
Yes, and I'd like to be specific.
Yeah.
So the contents of the jar we've determined in the past, that's what you win if you get it. It has to be directly on the nose. It's not closest time. You have to get it on the nose.
Square on the nose.
That's right.
And the jar you're talking about is the same one with the Detroit stuff?
Oh, yeah. You can hold that up to the camera if you'd like.
Should I hold it up, though? Because, I mean, there's, a couple of presidents are very visible in this jar.
Listen, we've held it up before. The audience is very familiar with the Pistons swear jar.
All right. I mean, look, let me tell you something.
That's a good chunk of change right there.
That's what I'm saying. You got Andrew Jackson staring me right in the face.
You got a good lunch right there.
And for those that aren't familiar with currency, Andrew Jackson, I mean, that's a nice, for showing up to work and really doing nothing and guessing what time one of your, tardy teammates is going to be strolling on into work. That's not a bad, discovery there. All right, so you have 10:29, you got 10:34. I will say, I mean, I could split the baby and go right between the two.
That is a move.
That wouldn't be fun, though, would it?
I mean, it could be if you win the jar.
I'm going to say I think my best path to victory is going to go beyond what Harvey said. So I'll say 10:35. How about that?
Wow, we're getting less and less confident
because
in Bart's arrival time.
Anything past 35, I would win, right?
No, you have to get it right on the nose.
Oh, we're just right on the nose. Oh, well, the heck with that then. See, I was using like the Price is Right strategy. No, then I'll say 10, 27. How about that?
10:27. Okay, so we have you 10:27. I said 10:29. Harvey, I believe, said 10:31, if I'm not mistaken.
Because I'm a believer in my guy, that's why. Because I know that he puts a lot of effort and a lot of work, and he wants to be here. I mean, he works hard. He's up doing the TV. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's dilly-dallying or anything like that. He wants to be here.
Well, we'll see. Sometimes he gets Starbucks and gets a nice ham and Swiss croissant to munch on during the break.
So essentially what you're saying is we're at the liberty of Starbucks.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, last week he got held up by one Mike Brown shirt, and that cost me the jar because he walked in like 10 seconds after my time expired, or 10 seconds before. So it's always up in the air. It's the fun of the game.
So we shouldn't have anybody interfering, is what you're saying.
I don't believe
because
so.
that's like impeding the game.
Yes, except they're on Team Bart. They're not on Team Dan, Tom, or Harvey.
Right. And if they had, maybe they were going to get a portion of whatever winnings were going to come their way, maybe they wouldn't be as eager and willing to do such a thing.
That's right.
Right. But here we are nevertheless. Anyway, we're glad to be here with you. And we do have a lot going on today at 800-919-3776. That is the telephone number. Bart will join us in just a little bit. We gave you our little times as to what time you think he will show up. NBA is officially on the All-Star break. Last night you had 3 games. Knicks, of course, finished the night before. And, you could be in a lot worse shape than the Knicks are at the All-Star break. We were talking about it yesterday a little bit. You're sitting there in third place in the Eastern Conference. You're a half game back of the Boston Celtics. You're only 2 games off the pace that you were after 55 a year ago with Tom Thibodeau. And things, worked out okay, I would say. Getting to the Eastern Conference Finals is not the worst thing in the world, but this team has championship aspirations, or so the front office and the organization feel, which is why they went ahead and made the change that they did when it came to the head coach. But, like I said, I'm not even close to hitting the panic button for the Knicks. They go through these funky moments, unfortunately, at times, where you have these just head-scratching, just inexplicable losses, like the one to the Indiana Pacers the other night, where there's no way in the world you should have lost that game, especially at home to Indiana. And it was a no-show defensively is what ultimately happened that night. When you give up 124 points in regulation to a team that, is one of, if not the worst road team in the NBA, that's problematic. Now, look, they redeemed themselves. They come out the next night and they waxed the Philadelphia 76ers. Yeah, there was no Embiid, but still, you go out there and you beat a team by 50 points in the NBA. Okay, it seems to happen a little bit more commonplace than maybe it should. And Adam Silver got involved a little bit last night, issuing the fines to Utah and to Indiana for the fact that, half the time they can't even be bothered about wanting to win and wanting to play games. And hopefully we're going to hear more of that as far as the questions that are going to be directed at the commissioner over the weekend with the All-Star festivities. I know that's what I'm going to be keying in for especially. But the Knicks are in decent shape right now. Really and truly. I think the biggest thing that would serve as somewhat of a speed bump as to where the Knicks think and hope they could go is obviously if injuries were to creep up. They got to get Deuce McBride back, preferably with a little bit of time left in the regular season so he could get back into the playing shape and get back into rhythm before the playoffs. OG Anunoby, I know it's a little toe thing right now that he's got to work through, but he's so valuable to this team. We know that. The way that he's contributing now offensively with the scoring punch is also a nice thing to see here. So just staying healthy. Alvarado looks like he's going to be a real good pickup. He's already fit in nicely after just a couple of games. The fans, of course, love him. The local product. He's going to be fine. See what you get out of Jeremy Sochan, who they picked up yesterday from San Antonio. I mean, the guy was a top 10 pick just a few years ago. And, San Antonio is obviously going through some things right now as an organization, meaning the last few years they weren't very good. So you had the young players like Sochan who got a lot of minutes, and they were maybe more of a contributor offensively. This year, they're legit. They're healthy. They feel that they're a contender. You got Wembanyama out there every single night, and so a guy like Sochan's minutes, get slashed, and he was basically out of the rotation, out of favor there in San Antonio. So they did him a solid and let him go, and the Knicks picked him up. So he'll help. And that's the thing that this team, they have depth, which is good to see. Right? You know how big Shamit's been for them off the bench once he came back and, got into a rhythm here. So Mike Brown has options on that second unit. You know that he's not afraid to use his bench and to get those guys involved, which was one of the chief flaws, apparently, that we were led to believe with Tom Thibodeau. Right? And that's one of the reasons why the Knicks had to make a change, according to them. But nevertheless, we'll see if this plan works to perfection as we get going here into the second half of the season. As far as the format and everything for the All-Star, I can't even sit here and begin to tell you what it entails and how it's involved. Tom, do they play 4 games? Is that what they're doing this weekend on Sunday? Did I say with the All-Star game?
It's something along those lines.
Something along those lines. So you really aren't familiar with the format either?
Not particularly. I can't say I am a NBA All-Star Game savant.
I'm looking at it right now. Team World against Team Stars. And then I see there's Team Stripes. So is it 3 teams, 4 teams? How is this thing working?
I am going to...
You're going to find out.
I'm pulling up the schedule as we speak.
So that's on Sunday. Okay, you can watch all the All-Star stuff. And all the All-Star festivities, the one thing that I did notice, though, because NBC now has all the All-Star stuff. Remember, it used to be on TNT for the last 500 years. But because it's on NBC, and NBC has the Olympics, and that's what they want to feature in prime time, all the NBA All-Star festivity stuff is late afternoon, early evening. I think it all gets underway at 5 o'clock our time. So that's when the All-Star game begins on Sunday. That's when I think even the dunk and the three-point and all those things get going on Saturday. So you don't have to stay up as late to watch all those things if that's what floats your boat, because NBC's got to get to their taped Olympic programming starting at 8 o'clock, prime time in Milan. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, I'm not sitting here trying to, I hope I'm not breaking a secret or disclosing a secret to the world. Guess what? Italy is a different time zone than where we are here in the United States. They're 6 hours ahead of us. So what you're seeing at 8 o'clock at night when you sit on the couch and you got the popcorn and you're watching the Luge and all this other stuff happening out there in Milan, guess what? It's 2 o'clock in the morning there. They're not holding Olympic events in the middle of the night. All that stuff happened already. But most people aren't going to be glued to the television all day watching the Olympics, so that's why NBC puts it on in prime time. They think it generates a good enough number for them, and that's why they continue to do it and, justify paying all that money that they do to have the exclusive rights for the Olympics every time they roll around here. All right, so what do we got now with the All-Star Game? Explain it to me.
So there are 3 teams.
Yeah.
The USA Stars, USA Stripes, and then, of course, you've got just Team World.
Okay, so 3 teams.
Yeah, so 3 teams. So the Stars team looks like it's a bunch of guys who are the younger generation of All-Stars, maybe plus or minus Devin Booker in there. And the Stripes team appears to be pretty much all of the seasoned veterans. So like on the USA Stars team, you've got guys like Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham, Chet Holmgren. On the Stripes team, you've got Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, KD, LeBron. And then, of course, you've got Team World, which is anybody not born in the USA.
Gotcha. Now, there wasn't any sort of a captain thing this year? Like, they did away with that? Remember, like, in years past, they had, Kevin Durant or LeBron or Giannis or whatever be captains, and then they would pick the teams and the All-Stars and all that? They didn't do that.
Not that I can see. It just looks like it was an even split down the middle pretty much.
Okay, so you got young stars, you've got international players, and you have American players. And that's what makes up the All-Stars.
Yes.
All right, whatever. We'll see how much that they want to play, and I'm sure that people are going to be critical of the performance one way or the other. You're not going to be able to please anybody and everybody. So I'm sure that, there's going to be a lack of interest, a lack of effort, a lack of defense, a lack of something in the All-Star game that people are going to come crying about on Monday. And they're going to scream at the top of their lungs, how does the NBA justify this, blah, blah. Look, I mean, we could sit here, when you do like Monday's headlines, you play a little game, you leave on Friday, Monday's headlines. Guarantee you that'll be Monday's headline, the All-Star game and how the NBA can fix it, because it's been the same damn headline after All-Star weekend for the last 15 years. It's the same thing. And, if it's for you, great. If not, you're going to have to find something else to watch. I could point you to college basketball. We are a month away from, basically Selection Sunday. The college hoop season is heating up. You got a team here in the tri-state in St. John's. They're going to be playing NCAA tournament basketball. You know that UConn is going to be a part of the festivities. You got a real great story in the Red Hawks of Miami of Ohio, who were undefeated, for crying out loud. And they actually get the big boy assignment tonight because they're on the mothership on ESPN for a little Friday night hoops to see an undefeated team in action. They got our buddy Wally involved, as he is a former Miami of Ohio star. And so, now they're getting Wally into the mix to incorporate a little national flavor. So you got all that stuff going on that could keep you busy. And, the Olympic hockey is great as we get off the board in a good note and beat Latvia yesterday 5-1 in men's hockey. Play a little back-to-back on Saturday and Sunday. I think it's against Denmark and against Germany. The next game didn't start yet, right, Harv? The Czech and France game? That's not on yet, right? He's got to grab the microphone. I forgot. Hold him by a wire.
That's right. I got to grab this mic.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to put you in that situation.
No, it starts in 20 minutes. That's
20 minutes. All right. Tom, the Olympic hockey do anything for you?
Yeah, so actually, I'll just give a little context here. So we did a draft earlier this week about which sports we'd want to watch in the Olympics, and Carlin had the first overall pick. He chose ice hockey over any of the other events, which I thought was a little ridiculous because hockey is year-round. However...
Yeah, but it's the sport that you're most familiar with, though.
Well,
you can't tell me the bobsled, the luge, the ski jump, the one where they lay on top of each other on the sled now, whatever,
Oh, that would be the doubles luge or skeleton, which, by the way, the skeleton will be on later.
That's what it's called? It's called double luge skeleton?
Well, it's like a team... It's like a team race. I forget the exact name, but essentially the luge, you're on your back. You put 2 people, one on the bottom, one on top. And then the skeleton is only one person. We discovered that earlier this week. And that's when they're face forward going down the track. But at any rate, ice hockey, to answer your question, I was going to say I knocked Carlin for taking that first overall in our draft. However, I am very interested in it because it's still hockey at the end of the day. And it's always exciting when the best of the world are facing each other.
And the NHL players have not been in the tournament for a number of years now.
Exactly, and that adds a lot of intrigue to it. They did really, really well it was last year, I think, where they did kind of like during the All-Star weekend, there was like the Four Nations.
Yeah, Four Nations, and people got into that, of course.
And that was absolutely fantastic what they put together. Voice crack, my apologies.
What happened there?
Yeah, I don't know. My voice just does weird
Everything
things.
all right?
Oh, yeah, everything's all right. I'm not like down now I can't speak.
Yeah, now there's a lot going on right now.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I feel like I got to rein this thing in.
It's a little sad.
I think we asked a little too much from you too soon.
Yeah, I'm speaking before my brain can comprehend what I'm trying to say.
Like, we got 3 hours here. I need you to lock in for the 3 hours.
I am locked in. I'm all set, ready to go.
I can't have the tank empty by the time Bart walks in.
If you need me to, I will go run to Walgreens and grab an energy drink and just chug that.
No, I think you have too much energy right now. That's the problem. I think you're like way overboard right now.
No, that's because I had
gotta relax.
Because I had a double shot of espresso.
Oh, that's what it was. He's like, you know what? It's a Friday. He's like, I got to do double duty here. You know, you got microphones just suspended in midair. I got to find a way to get through this.
Yeah, it's a stretch. Like I'm adjusting to the new getup and all that. And let's just say I need the coffee to power through my day.
Well, pace yourself. That's all I want you to do. Pace yourself, and we'll call on you from time to time. Don't worry. But I just don't want you to empty the tank too early. Because we need you to land the plane. We need you to help us land the plane today. How's that?
We'll be able to land the plane. There might be some bumps and slides along the way, but that's the fun of radio.
Fun of radio, absolutely. And we want to hear from you as well. Have it in our little game of fun at 800-919-3776. So that's all the NBA stuff, the Olympics. But even though the football season is over, and this is going to feel weird. I heard Rick and Dave talking about it before they finished their show today. It's strange in the fact that, until we actually experience it and you go through that first Sunday of not having football, it's hard to kind of let it all sink in. I know we had the 1 week between Conference Championship Sunday and Super Bowl Sunday, but you knew that you still had one more game waiting for you in a week, right? And the big party and the Super Bowl and the national holiday and all that stuff. Now you have that finality. And that's why I always but I mean, to me, like Super Bowl Sunday is not like a real football Sunday. In a way, like the last real Sunday that we all get geeked up for as fans is the conference championship games, right? Because like the Super Bowl's a party. So there's always kind of like that bittersweet to me with the Super Bowl. I know it's supposed to be like this big celebration and ooh and ah, but for those of us who like absolutely worship it and it's like religion for us, the game of football and the NFL, like there's a little bit of sadness to it because you know that it's ending. Right? And you know that you're not going to have this now for the next 8 months or 7 months or whatever it is. I'm not one of these guys that like counts the weekends and counts the Sundays. I'd like to, especially once we get to the summer, I like to enjoy the summer and get outside and the nice weather. But now we have to kind of pick up the pieces, right? And figure out, all right, what's next? Well, I think it's pretty evident what's next if you're a fan of one of the two teams in this town. And that is they got some work to do, right? Both teams kind of overmade their coaching staffs a little bit. Giants bring in a new head man in John Harbaugh and putting the finishing touches on his staff. Jets, on the other hand, made a boatload of changes going into Aaron Glenn's second season. 2 coordinators, among others, trying to get it right because you know that there's a greater sense of urgency over in Florham Park as opposed to East Rutherford. If the Giants go out there this year and win 3 games under John Harbaugh, he's not getting fired. Right? I mean, it would be supremely disappointing, but it's year 1. And they're going to give him time to turn this thing around, or else they wouldn't jump through the hoops that they did and pay the money that they did to have him come in there and save this program. Jets, on the other hand, when you have a year 1, like Aaron Glenn had, and was as disappointing as it was, and so many things went wrong. If it could have went wrong, it did go wrong. You have to show strides that this thing is back on the tracks and going in the right direction. Well, first place to start after you get through the coaching staff and all that is how do we bring in better players? And then when you're talking about players and what you need to do to get this roster figured out, you got to look at the most important one, and that's, of course, the quarterback. And right now they don't have an answer at that position. Giants do, right? That's the other edge that John Harbaugh has is that you got Jackson Dart. And now you're going to have to see if you can work towards bringing the best football out of him as he enters his second year. Jets have to find that guy. And that quarterback room could look entirely different compared to how it looked last year. And I don't think that you would be shedding any tears if you're a Jet fan if they did completely overhaul the quarterback room and start from scratch, because you almost have to. And I've said it all along. I think that the best course of action, at least for the 2026 season, is go get a couple of veterans, and then you use one of those draft choices to bring in a rookie at whatever time you see fit in the draft. I know that everybody and their mother's already starting to throw the mock drafts out there and, where could this guy go? Where could that guy go? When is it too early to take a quarterback? We've been through it a million times. Jets, unfortunately, they got the second pick in the draft in a one quarterback draft, right? I mean, that's the breaks, unfortunately. Can't catch a break even if you need one. But it still doesn't mean that you might find value someplace else. Who knows? Maybe Ty Simpson is a guy that is going to develop into a legitimate starting quarterback in the NFL. But right now, he's not rated as high as, let's say, some of these other prospects that play other positions. Still doesn't mean that you can't find the value. Think about what the Giants did last year, trading back into the late first round to get their hands on Jackson Dart. And he obviously looks like a player and a prospect that could do a lot of really good things for the Giants for years to come. Will the Jets get an opportunity to find that guy, whoever it might be? But they still have to bring in a veteran because whoever they end up with in the draft is not somebody that's a plug-and-play guy on day one. And all the usual cast of characters, the same names that have kind of been circulating around as far as veterans and guys that have been around the block in the NFL, the Cousins of the world, and Brissett. You're going to make the move to try to get Kyler Murray if that floats your boat. Malik Willis is probably the number one rated free agent quarterback out there, but has he really done enough to warrant handing him the starting job and saying, all right, it's your team? There's a lot of different ways you could go. And now you throw Derek Carr's name into the mix. Or he's thrown his own name into the mix. And there's a lot of things that you have to go over. There's a lot of boxes you got to check. And more importantly, is it going to be the right fit for both sides? Because Derek has already spoken up about it, the situation that he's looking for. What are the right conditions that would satisfy him to make a return to the playing field and to give this thing another shot in the NFL? And do the Jets have everything that maybe he's looking for? And is it the right move for the Jets? We'll let you know what Derek had to say when we come back. We want to know what you have to say at 800-919-3776. And the clock is ticking. Pretty soon, we're going to know what Bart has to say. We're going into a break. Our times in our little What Time Will Bart Arrive game are starting to crop up. Mine is actually in less than 60 seconds. I want to see him walk through the door. Grass is sitting in. Bart will be here in a few minutes, right here on ESPN New York.
Hey, it's Michael K. I love when I get to talk about PC Richard & Son. This has been my go-to store for years now. They're local, they're family-owned, and they truly care about their customers. And I love to support our local businesses. Always have, and you should too. During their President's Day sale, save big on appliances from all the top brands, up to 40% off. In fact, the more you buy, the more you save, with up to $1,000 in additional savings on qualifying appliances. So do what I do and get to PC Richard & Son today. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
We've had a busy one going in Queens this morning. Grand Central East coming down to Northern Boulevard. It's a crash. It looks like the right lane is closed. Van Wyck, not so quick south coming into Main Street. You've got crash over in that spot. Looks like the right lane is closed. And the traffic on the Van Wyck extra slow north too coming in towards Atlantic Avenue. Meanwhile, you've got some slow traffic on the LIE coming west up to Woodhaven Boulevard. And the BQE, that upper BQE, West Queens, very slow Queens Boulevard to the LIE. It's road work with 2 lanes blocked. There's also a crash on the Harlem River Drive coming uptown to the George Washington Bridge. And the worst of the Hudson River crossing citybound side of the Holland Tunnel, a 15-minute delay. Crash on the Parkway South in New Jersey, south of exit 135. I'm Matt Ward on 880 ESPN New York.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Guys, quick PSA, forgetting Valentine's Day flowers is not the move. Trust me, this is why I go to the Books Company every time. Books delivers modern bouquets fresh to her door. Plus, with my code CANTY, you get 25% off. Books flowers are cut fresh from the best farms in the world, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. They've got incredible flowers, even roses grown on the side of a volcano. And the best part? Books makes it easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. No last-minute panic. That's why Books has over 50,000 five-star reviews. And listen, even if she says, don't get me anything, that doesn't mean no flowers. Flowers still score every time. Valentine's Day is February 14th, right after the big game, so don't fumble this. Order now. Go to Books.com, use my promo code CANTY for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code CANTY. Books, promo code CANTY.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
So, should we split the bill?
But math is the worst.
Not all math, because with New York Lottery's extra multiplier scratch-off games, you can multiply your winnings up to 200 times.
Wait, multiply my winnings?
Yeah, you take your winnings, then multiply those winnings up to 200 times.
So all of my winnings times 200?
Yeah, that.
Oh. I've always said math's the best.
Play for chances to multiply your winnings 30, 50, up to 200 times. Prizes up to $5 million. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
For 100 days, I'm going to cross the 7 continents because the answers to everything important are out there at the edges of our world. I'm stepping into the unknown. Where are we going? To see our planet
This is amazing.
As it's never been seen before. From pole to pole.
Pole to Pole with Will Smith from National Geographic. Now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Show me the way.
This is the Michael K. Show.
The Yankees, I think, are better than last year because you're going to get Garrett Cole back. That automatically makes them better. Now, does that translate into 96 wins, 97? I don't know. But all the Yankee fans that are upset that the team, quote-unquote, ran it back, I think you're wrong. I'm amazed when I read on social media people saying, I'm really not excited about this season. Nothing about it merely floats my boat. Well, what would have floated your boat, baby?
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
I mean, Eli Manning is everywhere.
Tom Brady still can't get over the fact that Eli has thwarted him twice the biggest of moments.
There's a chance he tells Alex Earl, can you believe that I lost to Eli Manning twice?
Or maybe he's concerned about losing Alex Earl to Eli Manning.
I don't know if there's any Taekwondo instructors that he has to worry about, but I think he's good. I'm not in his bedroom.
But you'd probably like to be.
No, I'm happy in my bedroom. Probably like to be in my bedroom.
Oh, is that right?
Be like an instructional video for you.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Be like Tom Amansky of lovemaking.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
All right, it doesn't get more New York than this. Wild Turkey Bourbon is giving you the chance to score the ultimate New York game day. One lucky winner scores a pair of tickets to opening day in the Bronx. and New York Knicks tickets, both on Friday, April the 3rd. 2 games, 1 epic day, no compromises. To enter, you can find the contest tile on the ESPN New York app and submit your entry, or sign up in person at select Wild Turkey events happening around the city. It's brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Must be 21 or over. Enjoy Wild Turkey responsibly. Grassa, joined by our pal, our buddy. He is here in the flesh, the great Bart Scott. Woo! How are you?
What up? What up? Listen, I was feeling good when I left yesterday.
Yeah.
Because we were winning like the Luge relay or whatever you call it, and then I find out that we end up losing to Italy, who we had place to bet on. But then after we lost to Italy, then seems like the Germans came, who were the favorites, and won. I was hoping for some upsets, and hoping that we could win some money going into spring break and stuff like that. The kids going to have spring break. You got to take them somewhere. You either pick Disney World or the Bahamas, especially with this type of weather.
Well, you work for the company, so you can get into Disney with the perks and everything, so you don't have to worry about that. So they told me, and I didn't necessarily believe it. They were like, you know what, Bart's really into the Olympics. I was like, really? Is he? But you're into the Olympics.
No, I was into the gambling.
Oh, just the gambling.
Yeah, I mean, how do you make something mean something? Put something on the line.
That's right.
I mean, we
that's the NFL for you.
We had the draft, right? We had the draft earlier in the week and I came up with the Luge. I picked the Luge, and I picked bobsledding, and I picked finger skating. I still think I had the strongest draft out of all of the games that we're most interested in.
Now, what's the draft? Like, you just pick, like, we have to win? Is that what it is?
No. We had a draft. Everybody picked a sport.
No, but Tom, like, what's it like? You did a draft for what? The one that you're most interested in. Is that what it was?
The draft, it's like a fantasy draft. So it was, what sport are you most interested in watching at the Winter Olympics? And
Gotcha.
I've got the final totals here. Chris had ice hockey, skeleton, ski jumping. Bart had the bobsled, luge, figure skating. Matt Boombaka was in the chair on Tuesday, so he took the biathlon in the first round. Shocking. Snowboarding, alpine skiing. I took curling, speed skating, short track, and the Nordic combined event, whatever that was.
See, here's the thing with the Olympics. Half of these events, like, I don't even know what the hell they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't even tell you, like, what it is.
Well, the Luge, just know I had the strongest. First of all, Jamaican bobsled team.
That was a great movie.
The sprinters, all that stuff.
Right.
That's got to be one of the most exciting ones, right?
You think you could do that?
Yeah, Herschel Walker did it.
That's true. I forgot about Herschel.
That's what I love. I love sports where you don't have to be like yesterday. I was watching the skating, the skating. I don't know it's like long skate. It's not like the quick skate. It's that right there. What we see right here.
Speed skating.
Yeah, speed skating. I was watching the speed skating yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, see this cheating. He got a special helmet on. The women didn't have a special helmet on. Like he got an aerodynamic helmet. So
well, that's a 10,000 meters though. That might be a little bit different. That's why.
No, what I was watching was long too. I think it was like 12 laps. What I like sports where you can come from a different background, a different discipline, and then pick it up late in life and still be dominant at it. So the lady that won the other day, I think she was from Poland.
Mm-hmm.
She was a gymnast, right? So it just came with different discipline, and they learn how to skate. And so I like that because a lot of people come in and they can't make it as something else, and they pick up another sport, and they become a natural. You never know what you're good at. I hate the specialization of sports. Nowadays, kids just deciding what they want to be for the rest of their life as an athlete at like 12 or 13 years old.
Well, I mean, some people, they do that with academics, too, when you go to college and they make it, declare a major. Some people have no idea what the hell they want to do when they're 17, 18 years old.
Yeah. And
there's a lot of pressure on people.
And that changes, right? You look at, They change your major 13 times, and you look up, you become a career student. We all got those. Double major, triple major, minor. Like, bro, it's time to go, man. You're 27. Like,
exactly.
27 without a law degree or a doctor or a PhD or a doctor.
But some of these events, like you said, Tom, do you know the oldest Olympic event that we have the oldest Olympic athlete that we have at these games? Like, you don't have to be like necessarily.
Was it Lindsey Vonn?
Well, she was over 40, right?
So there's actually a 52 or 54-year-old curler for the men's team who's like on their reserve spot, and he got to participate when the U.S. was getting blown out the other day.
Really?
In the men's curling. So he is technically the oldest athlete there.
You're a bum. You're a bum. If you ever get replaced in curling, you're a bum.
They did it out of sympathy because they wanted to have the guy make history, and they were getting blown out anyway, so they just said, screw it, why not?
But you're a bum. You should still be qualified to be dominant in curling at that age. What the hell? You can't brush the broom no more?
Unless you got back problems and you can't, bend over. That's the only thing.
Not everybody can brush the ice like you can, Bart.
Then you can't consider yourself an athlete. If we got Aaron Rodgers about to start for the Pittsburgh Steelers at 43, and we got Bernard Hopkins winning a title in boxing at 50, he beat Pascal at 50. How the hell we can't have somebody that's like saying, yeah, man, I had to retire from darts. What? I couldn't physically compete no more.
Maybe if you have arthritis or something and you can't necessarily do the broom or whatever.
Then you weren't a great athlete if you weren't able to maintain. What were you doing that was creating so much torque on your elbows that you can't play at a high level?
I can't tell you. I'd love to be able to sit here and challenge you on the curling stuff, but I just don't know enough about it. Is there a place? Do we know if there's a place in the city, for example, if you wanted to do curling, they have a curling club?
No, a shuffleboard.
That's the closest thing, but it's not ice.
Yeah,
right?
we probably have shuffleboard here. I doubt we have curling in the city.
Bocce ball, but that's not the
maybe the closest location would maybe be Lake Placid.
But nothing in the city.
I highly doubt it.
In this
I'll
city,
look it up.
where there's everybody and everything of everything, but you can't find curling in the city.
Hang on, Harvey's got some information.
There's a curling center here in
Where?
Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn?
Yep. Let me find it.
Is it based off of ice hockey? Oh, so this is where all the real people. This underground. This is where they go practice.
Yeah, you have a league.
Yeah,
there's a Sunday league. Yep. There's curling classes.
There's a Sunday league.
Yes.
So I might have to join that, man. I might have to go to the Olympics.
Yeah, but it's Sunday. You got football.
Now, if I'm going to the Olympics, damn football.
Wow. See,
wow.
You know what? No, he's actually legit serious about this. I could see it. He's not joking around. This is something he wants to do. Think about the career arc this would be. You have a guy who played a long time in the NFL. He was very successful, right? Then he gives that up. He lays low for a few years. He does the media thing. And then he realizes, you know what? The competitive juices are flowing again. The fire is burning inside.
I need to win an Olympic gold.
I need to win something. I want to be an Olympic champion. What can I do? And he saw curling, and he's like, that's what I identify with.
Look at I'll brush the hell out of that ice.
There are classes Sundays and Wednesdays.
Sundays and Wednesdays.
You can get in as soon as, let me check here, as soon as this Sunday.
Yeah, you can get in anytime you want if you're willing to pay the right price.
Yeah,
sure.
it's $105, but
I got 4 years to become a champion. So it's going to be Bart 2030.
Think about
There's a new Rocky right here.
That's what I'm saying. I can already see the movie.
To beat these guys, you need speed. You ain't got any speed.
You ain't got no speed.
And you got calcium deposits on most of your joints. So long road work is over it. To do this, we got to have blunt force trauma. We got to roll that thing so square, accurate with speed that it destroys anything they think they get hit with an atomic bomb. Yeah, let's start building some hurting bombs.
So, that little Rocky Balboa for you. 2030 is when he's going to compete in the Olympics.
Yep.
Okay, he'll medal. I have confidence in you that you're going to medal. So when do we get the movie to the big screen, the Bart story? The football part, and then
Warner Brother already owns the rights to my life story.
Do they really?
Yeah, they bought it when I got here in 2009.
Did they really?
Yeah, man.
They thought that far ahead.
Yeah.
And so 2 trips to the AFC Championship game, they couldn't get this in development?
Nah, it was right at the blind side, and he messed my movie time.
Oh. Is he doing all right, the guy? Did you see that? The actor? He was on life support. The dude who played him in the movie. He had like a stroke or a brain hemorrhage or something.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, for real. He wasn't doing very well. It was on TMZ and stuff, but I think he's okay.
I thought you said Michael Orr after the lawsuit with his family.
Well, there's a lot going on there. Yeah. Apparently he wants to just renounce everything. Yeah.
Sandra Bullock stole his story and took all the money.
Right. They made him out to be a moron. And he's like, no. I knew a lot more about football than the movie portrayed it to be. So anyway, we're going to have the Bart movie.
I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is.
Yeah, they make him out to be like Forrest Gump or something with a football helmet. Oh, but see, I didn't know that. I'm glad that I learned these things today. And then we're going to have Bart the movie in 2030.
I had a
3.
Yeah, I had a writer come follow me for 2 years.
It's amazing.
Interviewed my mother. His name's Gabe Talese.
That's fantastic.
He's one of the first. Look up Gabe Talese. He's one of great writers.
Gabe Talese?
Gabe Talese.
Gay Talese.
Yup.
How do you spell gay?
Man, he had a sweet crib, man. Right here, it was like a brownstone right here on 50th Street. Like, man, it was like big. It was like a white brownstone. He had the whole brownstone, bro. He always dressed to the nines. He used to write for the New York Times.
Oh, I got it.
He wrote a couple. He's like 90. He's still alive. I gotta go check on him. Gay Talese.
Oh, it's short for Gaetano.
Well,
I didn't know if like gay was on the birth certificate or not.
Call him gay.
You're right. He's 94.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Look at this,
bro. He got a sweet crib. Like crib. I'm talking about the library all the way up 3 stories. It's
incredible.
He got one of the best brownstones in the city. He probably bought it in like 1920.
See, Tom, you know, you wake up in the morning and you're thinking, all right, we got the show today. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Like, what are we going to talk about on the show today? Not in a million years would I have ever thought that we would have got into you being in the Olympics, Gay Talese following you around for a couple of years. I didn't even know who Gay Talese was, all due respect.
He's well accomplished.
Obviously he is.
Ocean City, New Jersey, Gay Talese.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
he's a Jersey guy.
I never would have thought this was happening.
He lives in Midtown, like in this crazy brownstone. That thing got to be worth about $10 million.
Yeah, he's originally from Ocean City, but he moved. Yeah, when he got all that dough, you can afford a brownstone. That's why.
He was one of the first writers for the New York Times.
Look at all this. I mean, the bibliography it will blow you over.
Yo, he always dressed sweet, too. Always got a 3-piece suit on.
So he hung around you for 2 years?
Yeah.
While you were with the Jets?
Interviewed my mom. Like, went back to Detroit, met my grandmother and all that
Did
stuff.
he, stay with you guys at your house for, a week or two? Or
I don't know what he did with them. But, yeah.
No, in Jersey, I'm saying. Did he live with you at all or no? Just, popped in every now and then?
You see the sweet crib he got? Why would he do that?
That's true.
He was there, when we was in the championship games. He was in the locker room. All that.
Look at this. I didn't even know this. And so what happened? It was just kind of tabled, everything?
Yeah, but they still own the rights, and they have all the information.
It's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
I get on Oprah's stage and cry. Wow. Give me some money, Oprah.
We just need that trip to the Olympics to put this thing over the top.
That's when the story ends. With me, oh, say can you see?
Will you take any medal? Will you be okay even if you get bronze?
No, I need gold.
You need gold, all right. So that means it might not just be one trip to the Olympics. If he doesn't get gold the first time around, he's going to make sure he goes in another 4 years.
No, I'm only doing it once.
No, just doing once.
And I need to capitalize. Instead of Wheaties, I want grape nuts because that's for old people.
I can't tell you the last time I've had grape nuts, if at all, to be quite honest with you. And hopefully Gay Talese is going to be hanging around long enough. God bless him. He's 94, but hopefully he's around to see you in the Olympics.
I want to get all the old people stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want to kick Frank Thomas off. I want to be the face of Nugenics. If I win an Olympic title, I want Nugenics.
And what does he say? Your girlfriend's going to love it too, or whatever. What's
the thing is, this dude is the only person that hasn't lost weight that took Nugenics.
That's a good point.
He's still wearing a black T-shirt.
Do you remember? It was definitely before
Doug
COVID.
Flutie.
No, right. Doug Flutie.
He's surfing. He got his shirt off. We never seen Frank with his shirt off.
No, but you know what's funny? Before COVID, I remember. Remember Frank Thomas and Mo Vaughn had a clothing line for big dudes?
Oh yeah.
Because they showed up one day at SNY and we had them on the show or whatever, and they were promoting. They were cool dudes or whatever.
And he was big as hell, right?
Oh,
he was like, damn.
That's what I was. Yeah, I mean, obviously, the
Thought
big
Nugenics
guys.
supposed to make you work out.
What?
Testofen.
No, I don't know if the Nugenics was a thing yet. 800-919-3776. We'll get the calls fired up when we return. It's Dan and Bart. It's ESPN New York.
Want to know why betting the winter games on FanDuel makes sense? Well, from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Which winter event do you have a good feeling about? Figure skating, bobsled, skiing, snowboarding, curling matches that start slow and somehow get tense fast? Speed skating decided by inches, hockey games that just feel different from the opening face-off to final horn, and so much more. Want to know why betting the winter games on FanDuel makes sense? Well, from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. FanDuel, play your game. 21 plus and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Empower. Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, so she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries. She can afford the cover-up, too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by a ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Dan and Bart, ESPN New York here on a Friday. NBA All-Star Weekend, but a lot of things still in the air. We'll get into some football as well and talk about the Jet quarterback situation. We'll get to the phones here and start it off with our buddy Gilberto in the truck, who's batting leadoff here on ESPN New York. Gilberto, what is going on?
Rossi, yo, you and Bart, what's up, my bro, Tommy? Thank you, whoever's DJing, all you guys, man. Yo, Grossi, between you and Bart, man, you'll amp up an 80-year-old woman to go to the Olympics. And Bart,
you got to sell it.
Bart, you got me watching Luge with two dudes on top of each other. Yeah. You got me, hold on. You got me watching snowboarding when all I watched during the Olympics was the boxing, the basketball, and always Miracle on Ice, waiting for another one, is the hockey. You know, but, yo, bro, if you go on the internet, everybody is cracking up the way you and Grassa can pump anybody up, man. You guys run a great show, man. I love you guys, man. Bart, keep it up, man. Keep it up. Bart, one question I wanted to ask you, and you too, Grassa.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Knicks using the Embiid offense that Philadelphia uses? Now, hear me out. I'm only talking about the pick and roll. I know that Embiid is a little hurt, but he's popping with that jumper, and you know Cat got a good jumper.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe you can get a little more out of him. Let me know your thoughts. I'm about to hang up. You know, I'm trucking. Love you guys.
Love you too,
Gilberto, love you, buddy.
I mean, that's what it is. It's like, how do we get Cat more engaged? Because, you know, if you engage offensively, you get engaged defensively. And you want to get his attention, get him happy, get him playing with high energy. And why not have him in with a Carl? You got a great point guard that can come off and score and shoot off the pick and roll, but you got a player that's able to pick and roll and a player that's able to pick and pop. So I don't know why they wouldn't be looking at that. They should be John Stockton and Karl Malone, man.
Here's the problem with, and we ran into this last year. We hear it all the time. We only hear about it when it doesn't work, right? 2 nights ago or whatever it was when they lost to the Pacers. Now, the defense didn't show up that night. That's why they lost the game. But down the stretch in that fourth quarter, what did you see? It was that ISO ball. It was Jalen. He took 31 shots. You know what I mean? And so everybody blamed Tibbs for that. Oh, that's Tibbs. They let him do whatever offensively. He doesn't have a clue. Well, Tibbs is gone, and it's still the same thing's happening.
I've been on that. I've been on the fact that, he carries the ball too much, man, then throw you a hand grenade like in the last second. Like, what am I supposed to do with it now?
Right. But again, he's your best player, okay? And I understand that it's going to get a lot of attention when it doesn't work and the team loses. But in those situations, like you find yourself, let's say, in the playoffs, wasn't he like Mr. Clutch, Captain Clutch, or whatever the statistics were, the Clutch Player of the Year? Of course he's going to have the ball.
You're Mr. Clutch until you're not.
Until you're not. But then what are you going to do? Do you want – okay, so if you're down a point with, 10 seconds left in the game and they design a play in the huddle, who do you think's getting the ball? Like, they're not giving it to Mikal Bridges.
But the thing is, I have no problem with Cat, hitting a three if Brunson breaks the defense down and, like Mike Brown always says, get it in the paint and then kick it out. I have no problem with Cat.
It's a smart basketball play, right?
Yeah, I have no problem with Cat doing that, but it's just Brunson is a scoring point guard. And, the likes of Westbrook, the likes of Allen Iverson, he's a guy that wants to put up volume shots. He's not a facilitate first. But what happens when you facilitate, you get people involved, and people play better when they get shots, when they see the ball go through the hoop as well.
The thing about it, though, I think, and I was saying this earlier before you got here, ultimately with this team, what's going to determine how far they go at the end of the day is the defense is going to have to show up in big spots. Because, like, the game, like, I know I keep going back to Indiana, and Indiana stinks. But that game the other night, the only reason they lost that game is because the defense didn't show up at all.
Their three-point defense, which was a problem last year.
Like the Pacers stink, and they let Indiana shoot over 50% from the field. Like, that's Indiana, and you're at home. Like, that can't happen, right? So, you got Alvarado. He's supposed to be a pain in the you-know-what. And that's a guy you like on your team, an agitator.
But they've always they got enough of those guys. Hart, Bridges, OG, those are 3 supposed to be plus defenders. And Mitchell Robinson.
Well, Mitchell Robinson protecting the paint, right.
Like, when you look at that, like, who has more lockdown or plus defenders than that? OG and Mitch is always going to be there and somewhere in the conversations for Defensive Player of the Year or All-NBA defensive team.
But Bridges is a guy that doesn't fare very well against the so-called big wings.
Yeah.
Because he's not as stocky as OG is.
But that's what OG is for.
Right.
But he's supposed to be for the skinny wings, the flats.
Right. But sometimes the mismatch game works too, because think about what other teams do, how they play the Knicks and how they play Karl Anthony Towns. When it gives them the most problems, what they do, they put almost a small on Karl Anthony Towns, right?
Somebody that can get in front of him and take charges, and he gets offensive fouls.
Exactly. And you know him, when he does, when he takes the ball to the basket, he looks like a bull in a china shop.
And he gonna arm hook you.
Exactly. What is up with that, Bo? Like, what? It drives you crazy watching it.
It's like hooking somebody on a spin when you know you don't have to. Yesterday he was getting mad talking about, I get so tired of the Jake DDT, like, review it.
Check it. And it drives you crazy.
Bro, you elbowed the guy in the ear on your spin shot, man. Come on, man. Like, what are we talking about?
800-919-3776. Good first hour. We come right back. Back to the phones. Dan and Bart till 1 right here on ESPN New York.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hey, it's Michael K. I love when I get to talk about PC Richard & Son. This has been my go-to store for years now. They're local, they're family-owned, and they truly care about their customers. And you know, I love to support our local businesses. Always have, and you should too. During their President's Day sale, save big on appliances from all the top brands, up to 40% off. In fact, the more you buy, the more you save, with up to $1,000 in additional savings on qualifying appliances. So do what I do and get to PC Richard & Son today. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. So, should we split the bill?
But math is the worst.
Not all math, because with New York Lottery's extra multiplier scratch-off games, you can multiply your winnings up to 200 times.
Wait, multiply my winnings?
Yeah, you take your winnings, then multiply those winnings up to 200 times.
So all of my winnings times 200?
Yeah, that.
Oh. I've always said math's the best.
Play for chances to multiply your winnings 30, 50, up to 200 times. Prizes up to $5 million. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
All right, hour number 2. We're rolling along on this Friday. Dan Grasso, Bart Scott, little B and C here on ESPN New York at 800-919-3776. We're all over the map today. Just one of those days. Little NBA, little Olympics, little football. Did you hear, speaking of the football, and before we get back to the calls, Derek Carr's name has kind of been in the news as a possible target for the Jets for a quarterback. Yeah, turn your mic on. Everyone wants to hear what you got to say.
So amazing how, I retired because he didn't want to take the pay cut, and he didn't want, the whole thing with the Saints and all that stuff. All of a sudden, I took a year off. I feel good.
I'll tell you this. I know one thing's for certain. I don't think Gay Talese was following around Derek Carr in the last year that he was retired. I can promise you that.
Yeah, Derek doesn't live nearly as exciting life as me.
No way. That is, you could write that down in cement. Gay Talese ain't following around Derek Carr. He may one day, though, but at least not in the year away from football. So Derek's got the podcast with his brother, David Carr, called The Homegrown Pod. And all these rumors that are kind of circulating about Willie, won't he, could he come back if maybe they twist his arm enough? Here's what Derek had to say on the most recent podcast. Would he come back under what conditions?
Moral of the story, would I come back? The answer obviously is yes.
Good, okay, great.
But I have I had to say no a couple of times so far. Would I do it? Yes. Would I do it for anybody? Absolutely not.
Nope, there's no way. I know.
I told you two things. I'd have to be healthy, and I would want a chance to win a Super Bowl.
That's two pretty good factors.
And obviously, that's a tough thing to find. That's hard to do. That's not easy.
I mean, that's great. We would all love to have that situation. I mean, what does Derek think, though?
If a team thinks they can win a Super Bowl, why the hell would they want Derek Carr?
That's what I mean. Like, you think the Seattle Seahawks are going to kick Sam Darnold to the curb, next month because Derek Carr is thinking about coming out of retirement?
I'll give you some teams then that fits his criteria, maybe. Minnesota. For him to be a starter, it has to be Minnesota. I can't think of another one. I can't think. Minnesota, and that has to be it. Because we think Minnesota has a Super Bowl roster, and maybe Indianapolis.
So you mean to tell me that Kevin O'Connell and the Minnesota Vikings, whoever the GM is going to be, they're finally not all in on J.J. McCarthy?
Oh, yeah.
They're going to cut their losses now, finally?
Once you see the general manager get fired, guess what? We ain't 100% about nothing. I ain't standing beating down the table or nothing. Like, just imagine. If they would have kept Daniel Jones last year, they would have probably won the Super Bowl.
Or if he didn't get hurt.
Because they went all in. They pushed all their chips to the middle of the table. They spent money on the offensive line, and they spent money on the defensive line.
Traded for Sauce Gardner, gave up 2 first-round picks.
No, I'm talking about Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota? I thought you meant Indianapolis.
Yeah. They brought in all that offensive line help.
They got talent.
Yeah.
They got talent on that team.
They had the most Super Bowl-ready roster, and you heard Justin Jefferson say, hey, man, we probably would have been a lot different without – that's what got the general manager fired. That he took paternity leave.
During training camp, yeah.
Like, bro, you don't even do nothing, bro.
Ask Joe Judge about that, what he thinks about parenting. Well, maybe we'll play that for you a little bit later on. But no, I mean, like you said during the break we were talking, beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah.
I mean, if you are...
You weren't in the league last year.
First of all, okay, and look, Derek Carr's a good guy, never did anything wrong. Here's the thing, though. Derek, okay? You're going to be 35 years old in March. 35 years old away from the game for a year. Is this another situation? Like, I mean, we've seen guys, see, Phillip Rivers is the one who ruined this for everybody.
Well, he wanted to get that extra 5 years of
right, for the insurance. Right, that's what he wanted to do. But again, from a quarterback standpoint, okay, like we talked about, like Aaron Rodgers, right? Like when he lost that whole year because of the Achilles.
Yeah.
And then he came back the next year. It's like, well, it takes about a year before you get back, especially at that age. Well, what about, even though Derek Carr was...
Well, he wasn't really injured.
Well, he wasn't injured, but he was away from the game.
Yeah, I mean, so you chalk that up to the game.
Jets have been, but the Jets have been in this situation before with a player like that. Remember, Le'Veon Bell?
Yeah.
And he came back and he was done.
Life's a gamble,
right? He was done.
Yeah, I don't think Derek Carr is done.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, we've seen quarterbacks, and I don't want to keep using Phillip Rivers, but guys even like in their late 30s who play every single year, like you could still be productive. And the thing about Derek Carr, like if you look at his numbers, right? Numbers are not bad. And I know that it seems like we say this all the time, whatever potential quarterback that we're possibly tying to the Jets. If you take these numbers and you put it on the Jets, that would be like the best season by a Jet quarterback in 100 years.
Yeah.
Yes, but that doesn't mean it's going to lead to wins. Aaron Rodgers statistically had a pretty good season a couple of years ago with the Jets. They won 5 games.
You got to believe it with your eyes. You got to see it with your eyes, what it looks like. Kirk Cousins is another one. Everybody keeps pushing away the Kyler Murray. I don't know why. Frank Wright doesn't like small quarterbacks, but he has an over-the-top delivery. He doesn't get his balls batted down.
If he's on a stepladder, it's an over-the-top delivery.
No, because remember, he's a former baseball player, so he throws the football like a baseball. It's a lot of the same mechanics.
He's a first-round pick.
So what I'm saying is his delivery's over the top. So if he's only 5'8" and his delivery's over the top, he's probably got a 7-foot wingspan, right? Most of us got an 8-foot wingspan. He probably got a 7-foot wingspan. And then you look at a guy like Lamar Jackson, Phillip Rivers. They got these little push passes where they flick it from like the shoulder. His release point is actually probably higher than theirs. So he doesn't get balls batted down, and he is a pocket quarterback. But let's just say, for instance, okay, he does that, and let's say he goes and he signs with maybe Miami. and he signed with Miami, maybe Tua Tagovailoa's there. You can do a lot worse than Tua Tagovailoa, especially if you can protect him.
But in the cold weather?
I don't care. He'll get used to it.
He'll get used to it. He hadn't won a game in cold weather until he beat the Jets last year.
Aaron Rodgers is from California. Once you live in something.
Yeah, but he played his whole career in Green Bay.
Right. But nobody had concerns about how he playing the cold. How can he hold the football? Like, you'll adjust.
Aaron Rodgers also wasn't a concussion waiting to happen like Tua. Remember, this is a guy who almost retired a couple
Who cares?
Who cares?
What I'm saying
I don't want my starting quarterback to be a liability.
No, what I'm saying is the salary cap is stuck on Miami. You get him for 10 cents on the dollar.
But if he's not playing, that doesn't help me.
If he ain't playing, then he just ain't playing. But I'll take the risk. It's worth the risk because actually we waiting for 2027 anyway.
I'd rather have a guy who's a little bit more of a certainty out there playing.
Like a guy with coming off an Achilles injury playing on that turf. Yeah, call Kirk Cousins old ass, 38 years old ass up here then.
What about Jacoby Brissett?
No, his ceiling is so low. I don't want no damn Jacoby Brissett. Either give me Carr, give me Malik Willis, Carr.
Can I say something about Malik Willis? Because I don't think you and I have talked about Malik Willis. When Malik Willis was a rookie with Tennessee, and I know it wasn't a great situation, but okay, he had to start a few games.
Third-string quarterback.
You know how bad he was in those games he had to play his rookie year?
I do.
He didn't even throw for 100 yards in those games. It was so bad.
How many times did Eli throw for 100 yards?
No, but I mean, this was every game he played. He didn't throw for 100 yards.
I'm saying, how many times did Eli throw for 100 yards his rookie year?
He had a couple of rough spots, but at least he showed you at the end that he looked like he was capable.
Malik Willis shown us for the last 2 years.
But that's Green Bay.
Is he throwing to great receivers in Green Bay?
Better than what the Jets had here by the end of the season.
Okay. Name me a receiver that the Green Bay Packers have that's better than Garrett Wilson.
Well, Garrett Wilson wasn't playing.
But neither was Malik Willis. He would be playing this year.
Christian Watson's a good player when he's on the field. Romeo Doubs might be on the Jets, by the way.
He's not better than. Listen, I think the Jets. Worst case scenario, and I know this would piss I Mitchell off. Maybe a guy like Michael Pittman. I'll take a flag. They're going to have to let him go because they're going to pay Alec Pierce. They can't afford him. He's going to be a cap casualty.
Did Michael Pittman play with Frank? Was Michael Pittman there when Frank was there?
Probably. Right. He's been there for at least 7 years. He's coming off a thing. I'm trying to figure out with San Francisco if I can give up one of my second-round draft picks for Brandon Ayuk.
I don't want that headache.
What you mean? You don't know what happened between them. He wasn't a headache before. If you get Brandon Ayuk, listen, he don't have a contract anymore.
Juwan Jennings is a free agent.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he was in Indy. And he had a good year. Pittman. I mean, he was there with Frank Reich.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't think about that yet. I'm breaking news to you, Michael Pittman coming here. Give me Michael Pittman. That gives you a big receiver opposite of Garrett Wilson, different type of receiver. I Mitchell ain't going to hate on him. Put Garrett Wilson ass in the slot. Put both of them at the X and Z.
You know who I could see them trying to make a run at to put in the slot?
Don't say Christian Kirk.
No.
Everybody throwing that name.
Closer to home.
Don't say Rondale Robinson. I'm not doing that. I'm not overpaying Wandale Robinson.
I'm not going to overpay, but I'm just saying I could see them possibly doing it.
No, man, I'm not doing that.
I would be surprised. Let's say
you got Isaiah Williams that can do what like he do in the slot.
But let's say they keep all four of those first and second rounders. So the top 44. Let's say they keep those and don't trade them or whatever. I'd be very surprised if one of them is not a wide receiver.
No, I hear that.
And 16 is that sweet spot for one of those wideouts, whether it's a Lemon, whether it's the other guy, why am I blanking on his name?
Well, Tate will be gone.
Tate will be gone.
Lemon, you got the guy from Lemon is the guy from Arizona, right? I mean from USC.
Yeah. Then Arizona State's the other one.
Right.
That's that sweet spot, I think, for those wide receivers.
But for me, if
they don't go out there and sign one in free agency.
They need to go get a real one. Somebody that's going to compete and automatically. And you get that in free agency.
Well, see, here's
either Brandon Ayuk, Christian Kirk, or we got Wandale Robinson, that's a free agent. You got Keenan Allen, who's a free agent. I wouldn't touch him. Mike Evans is a free agent.
Mike Evans, you see where he might go now?
What, Buffalo?
Houston.
Well, makes sense. C.J. Stroud can't play quarterback recently, so I don't know what that's about.
Got his haircut, though. Mike Evans, Christian Kirk, Debo.
Yeah, Debo has Baltimore Ravens written all over him.
What the hell happened to Debo, man?
He was okay last year, and he had to be the number one because Scary Terry was hurt.
I'm trying
you
to
got
get
Alec Pierce.
Alec Pierce, like you said, he's going to get a lot of money.
In Indianapolis, they're going to let Michael Pittman go. So, Michael Pittman, Brandon Ayuk. Yeah, I don't want Hollywood Brown.
I don't necessarily think I'm into Juwan Jennings either.
He's a playmaker, though.
I know he's a playmaker, but I just don't know if it would necessarily fit here.
He's scrappy as hell.
Well, see,
he's a tone setter.
Think about how you have it right now, okay? Like, Adonai Mitchell, all we heard about last year, he's like, he is a true X receiver. Okay, so you throw him on the outside. If that's what they're sticking to.
Yeah, but he's not proven. For me, he's
I know he's not proven.
He's gravy. He's not going to stop me from drafting a guy, and he's not going to stop me from. He's not going to stop me from.
Well, you said something interesting. You said something interesting though about Garrett. Even though Garrett can play outside, you think you want to kick Garrett inside, or you can kick Garrett inside.
Well, I'm gonna move Garrett around like CeeDee Lamb.
Right.
You ain't gonna be able to know where he at.
Exploit a mismatch.
He at wherever we want to put him at. But we know A.J. Brown may be available. None of that has anything to do with the Jets.
What would that asking price be, though? You know what I mean? Like, is that
a 2?
What does he have left on his contract?
I think 2 years.
But you know what the problem is? He's going to want another one, though. He's going to want to, and then you're going to have to deal with that.
Now for 2 years.
But if the guaranteed's all paid up?
He might end up in Buffalo.
I could see that. Well, I mean, hell, you just basically fired a coach because you didn't think that he was helping Josh Allen do enough to win a Super Bowl. So they're going to go out there and still try to add to that.
They're under crazy pressure. But that's why I say Michael Pittman with them, because they never spend money on receivers. That's why I said Michael Pittman.
They didn't want to spend money on Diggs and let him go.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I can see Michael Pittman going to them instead of what people are saying, A.J. Brown and all that stuff.
Wonder how Pittman would fare outside, like in cold weather. Because remember, he was a USC guy, went to Indianapolis. You know, is he like a Northeast type wide receiver?
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
No, but Josh needs help. I mean, he could do a lot on his own, but you're right. He needs help. You know, apart from just throwing his tight ends, he needs help. We know that they can run the ball.
I'm curious what the Giants are going to do, because we're going to see like the relationships. What type of relationships did Harbaugh have with his players? Because Linderbaum, they need a center because Schultz is not.
No, he's not the guy.
He's not the guy. But they have Linderbaum, who's up.
Remember, it was him and Tittman in that draft too.
Yeah, and everybody was talking all kind of trash about how much better he was. Tittman's by far the better player.
Tittman, right, and Tittman's showing you the versatility. Obviously, he might be a guard for the long term. You never know. But no, Linderbaum. I mean, as soon as Harbaugh was announced here, you kind of put 2 and 2 together and said, okay, that's a guy that you identify.
Linderbaum, Likely.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I can see Likely with Kansas City.
By the way,
he could become the next Travis Kelce.
One of the reasons, by the way, a couple of years ago, when Simpson became available in Baltimore, that the Jets signed John Simpson, because Baltimore realized they had guys coming up on that offensive line that they had to pay. And Linderbaum was going to be one of them in a couple of years.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously Linderbaum's more valuable.
I mean, I don't know if they tag him. You know, Baltimore they have to be in the running for like Max Crosby and one of these guys as far as giving up draft capital. But they need a guard in a worse way too. That's the thing. They need a center and a guard because Falele was getting Lamar killed. That was the big issue for them.
He was such a big beast at Minnesota in the Senior Bowl, but it just hasn't.
Yeah, but he can't play in space. That's the whole thing.
I want to see the price tag for a center franchise tag.
Like 16, 17 million. You don't believe me?
No, it's not that I don't believe you. Now, wait a sec. It's not just offensive line. It's
center.
Center. Right. So why are they putting it over with offensive line?
It's like 16.8 or 17.
It's a little bit more. You would think it's a little bit more than
16.8
a running back.
It's 16.8, brother.
Dude, all I see here, I'm telling you, they just have offensive line.
It's 16.8. I'm telling you.
Offensive line is 27.9 because the tackles get lumped into that.
Yes. But
so you mean to tell me?
That's like saying an outside defensive end / pass rusher versus a Mike linebacker.
Yeah, but how can they do that though? Like,
bro, I'm telling you, his market is $16.8 million. They're not all franchise tagged as a lineman.
No, they are.
No, it's not. That's like franchising the D tackle versus the DN market.
Centers, guards, and tackles are grouped together, producing a tag close to $28 million. I'm shocked by that. Shocked.
Well, go by position. What's the average center being paid?
Right. It's what you're saying. Yes.
That's like 16.8.
But that's not the way they have signed it with this, which is just insane.
That's actually stupid. That makes no difference. It's a totally big difference between right tackle, left tackle, and interior.
100%. Tackles make a boatload of money.
That can't be true.
It's true.
If that's the case, that means that D tackles would get the franchise tag for D tackles are the same as they are for DNs.
Right, like edge rushers and all that stuff.
Right.
So if you have like a 350-pound dude who just like eats two blocks, Harrison Phillips, a guy who's eaten two blockers or whatever to stop the run, it factors into what let's say a star edge rusher is getting. That's incredible. All right, let's get some calls up here. 800-919-3776. But you're right, Giants and the Giants still need offensive line help, and they need an anchor.
If they got Linderbaum and Likely, you always find out. You always find out how much people like you by who follow you, and who follow you blindly. Like, I like the Ravens, but Harbaugh was my coach.
Well, that's one of the things that talking about with the Jets that not enough guys. I don't think any guys came over from Detroit with him last year
because we're seeing if Angeloni's going to come over.
Alex Anzalone,
but also for me, can you get DJ Reader over here? It's 31. Veteran. It's like adding Phillips, having two vets on your staff, and drafting a guy from Florida, Banks.
Banks is a monster, by the way.
Yeah, but he's a different type of monster. He's a 6'6" monster.
And they need everything on that line too.
But that's what I'm saying.
They need everything.
But if you go, DJ Reader's a guy that you could bring in.
I would take a roll on Reader, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I think, like you said, 31, 32. I'm not asking for 5 years.
Cam Hayward's 48,000 years old.
Now they got his old coach in Carl Dunbar. Let's get some calls up here. What do you say? And let's start it with David and Elizabeth, who's next up here on ESPN New York. Dave, how are you?
What up, Grasso? What up, Bart?
What
What's
up,
good with you gentlemen?
What's up, Dave?
Same old, same old. All right, let's get straight into Jetland, baby. So I saw this list that Jake Asden put up yesterday, right, that shows that Aaron Glenn is #1 candidate on the hot seat. Another thing, too, number 7 was Kevin O'Connell. Now, not for nothing, we're not talking about, switching coaches just yet, but I wouldn't mind having an offensive mind like Kevin O'Connell. And, to piggyback off what you gentlemen are talking about, I would love if they bought Kyler, but for some reason it's like they don't like the idea, and Bart's right. They're talking about his height, not, what he could bring to the table. But I just hope that they make the right choice with the quarterback thing, and, they're real strategic because, we don't want Glenn to fail, but at the same time, it'd be nice if Glenn did have some success. But I just want us to get it right already, man. Like every other football team, the football club is doing what's right and, for their future. And it's like, we're just at idle. And, it kind of hurts.
Dave, here's the thing you got to realize. It was a horrible season last year. Nobody's sitting here trying to say that it wasn't. But it's going to be a long off season, and there's a lot of things that they have to get right. I mean, they have to have an infusion of talent first and foremost. They got to hit it out of the park with the draft, and unfortunately, you're not going to get the answers to these questions until September rolls around, right? I mean, we're still 7 months away, and that's where we're going to find out if it worked or not.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. You're right about that, Gross. Hey, before you gentlemen let me go, hey, Bart, I got one of my youngest daughters with me. She wants to say hello. Say hello to Bart.
Hi, Park.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Say thank you.
Tell Daddy you want all the chocolate heart candy he can afford and fit in his pockets.
Oh, man, she gets me all the time for candy, man. Trust me, all the time.
Hit the store, Dave. Start buying those chocolates.
Oh, yeah. I'll see you guys on Monday.
All right,
Thank you,
Dave.
fellas.
You'll be good. And look, that's the thing, right? I mean, you're going to have to deal with patience, unfortunately. That's the only way we're going to figure out if this thing worked or not. I mean, remember, we were talking it up going into last year about this and this and this, and then all of a sudden the season starts. It's like, uh-oh.
I never was on board with Justin Fields.
It's not that it wasn't a case of necessarily being on board or not.
I never thought they were going to have any remote success.
But did you ever think it would be and bottom out as bad as it did?
I thought it was going to I thought it was going to be a crash out.
So you thought it was going to flatline like it did.
I thought he wasn't going to play well at all.
Even after that first game.
I thought he wasn't going to play well at all.
And it would still flatline.
Yes.
I was cautiously optimistic after the first game. How about that?
Ask Carlin or ask people what I said when I went to camp and I saw him practice.
Well, he was horrible in camp.
I was like, wow. I was like,
but that's practice.
No, it wasn't that. It was beyond. I was like, no, hell no. There is no way this dude's going to play well.
I was reading something yesterday.
Where does he end up this year?
Who's that?
Justin Fields.
Technically, he's still on the team.
Yeah, he'll be cut.
No, but I was. Tom, help me out with this.
We got to get a backup and a starter.
Yeah, 2 veterans and a rookie. They got to wipe the room clean. You just spilled coffee on your shirt. Oh, you got a nice white shirt on there. You got coffee on it.
Yeah, this is a designer shirt too.
You got a cleaner in there? Go clean that because coffee stains.
It's okay.
You're good?
It's a Keaton shirt too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, Keaton.
Oh no, it's Theory. Okay, that's cool. That's a little cheaper.
Theory's good.
It's only $125.
I have some Theory stuff. Those are pretty good. Yeah.
$125 for a white T-shirt?
That's right.
Yeah, if it was Keaton,
you know how
different.
It's
not a T-shirt. It's a shirt that happens to be white.
Yeah. Can I tell you seriously?
The difference.
You know how hard it is to find like a really good, dependable white T-shirt. Seriously, like I go through like gazillions because like don't like this, down like that.
One is not
going
to change. It's got to either be Theory or Cuccinelli or
Vince.
Vince.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with these names.
Well, those are real white shirts, not just like T-shirts.
Yes.
T-shirts are different than white shirts. Totally different ballgame.
I think we're just on different budgets right now. Is what I think the big point is.
No, but this is the thing. I get to keep this shirt for 5 years, where your shirt's going to turn yellow after a while.
It's a good point.
So it's about quality over quantity.
And the problem too is I'm so damn nervous whenever I like stumble upon one that I like. Like for example, it's like I never want to wear it.
Yeah, exactly, because you don't want to wear the white out.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you got to buy 3 of the same shirts.
I'm paranoid about the white shirts.
I bought like 3 of these. And then they got some that's like that has like a more stretchy collar, but yeah, Theory. I'll buy like 3 of them. You know what I mean?
I do the same thing with the comfortable like the athletic like sweatpants and stuff like that because I like the way that they fit. I'll just buy like a couple of pairs of like the black ones. You can wear them with anything.
You have the ones that you don't really care about. You wear that pair more often than you have the one like, all right, I'm gonna wear it with a nicer top. So I'm gonna make sure I preserve this one.
See, we're speaking the same language here. We really are.
Yeah, Tom, catch up.
Like we get each other. You know, I always knew it.
You can't just go to Hot Topics, man, and get rockers, T-shirts, and hoodies. You gotta grow up, man.
800-919-3776. Grassa, Bart, ESPN New York.
Want to know why betting the winter games on FanDuel makes sense? From game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Curling matches that start slow somehow get tense fast. Speed skating decided by inches. Hockey games. They hit different when you're on FanDuel. Maybe you want to rock with USA Hockey. Well, there's so much there to play with. Want to know why betting the winter games on FanDuel makes sense? From game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and over and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Guys, quick PSA, forgetting Valentine's Day flowers is not the move. Trust me, this is why I go to the Bouqs company every time. Bouqs delivers modern bouquets fresh to her door. Plus, with my code CANTY, you get 25% off. Bouqs flowers are cut fresh from the best farms in the world, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. They've got incredible flowers, even roses grown on the side of a volcano. And the best part? Bouqs makes it easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. No last-minute panic. That's why Bouqs has over 50,000 five-star reviews. And listen, even if she says, don't get me anything, that doesn't mean no flowers. Flowers still score every time. Valentine's Day is February 14th, right after the big game, so don't fumble this. Order now. Go to Bouqs.com, use my promo code CANTY for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code CANTY. Bouqs, promo code CANTY.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work.
For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering 25% off windows and doors and 0% APR for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends February 28th, 2026.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be. And that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament. And then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Rickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rickleball.
Yeah, right. You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner. If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Rickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer it be named after you. No, you don't. You want all the shine. No, I don't. Call whatever you want. Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. To sign up and register to play, go to the ESPN New York app and click on the Rickleball tile.
All right, it's game time. You know what that is. It's brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey because you know what? When it's game time, it's Tully time. Guess what? There's no locals in action today, but you got the Olympics. 11:48 a.m., which is in about 15 minutes or so. The skeleton event gets underway with women's heat number 2, followed by the men's starting at 1:30. Then at 3:10 this afternoon, you get a little women's U.S. hockey. They're going to take on Italy in the women's playoff quarterfinals. And that is game time, and it's brought to you by Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Dan and Bart on this Friday here on ESPN New York. And if you're watching the simulcast, my friend Bart, who I guess minored in laundry, but he did an outstanding job getting rid of that coffee stain. It's like it never even happened. It's like it never even happened.
Hey, man, grew up in a house full of women, man. We know all the tricks. If we got to use club soda, if we got to pat instead of rub, you know what I mean? Depend on the material. You know?
He's got the technique, too. He came in, he's like, hey, I did this. I did the top, and then I went underneath, and I got it from the bottom. It's like you wouldn't even know that he spilled coffee on it.
Do a magic trick, baby. Tell you what, boy, you spend money on your clothes, you better learn how to take care of it.
Tell me about it.
You ain't trying to throw something away. This ain't I just get a new one. No, hell no. We going to make this work, son.
I fell into that trap, and I did that already, unfortunately.
I can't believe you did that, man. That's all that cheese they paying you, man.
Yeah, that cheese is starting to get a little moldy, if you know what I'm saying.
That's that brie. That's that brie, baby.
That brie
it's more
cheese.
Expensive.
Can't
that
have
brie
that.
cheese.
Let's say hi to Derek, who's in Hillside. He's up next year on ESPN New York. Derek, what's going on, man?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? I just wanted to call to give you guys some flowers on this Valentine's Day weekend. Y'all guys do an amazing job with what you do. Just keep doing what you guys do. Bart, I got to tease you a little bit. I remember you was talking about Cade being the baddest light skin in the Eastern Conference. I got one dude who can rival him, and that's Jalen Johnson out of Atlanta Hawks. That's the baddest light skin in the league.
I got you. I hear you on that, D. But where's the Atlanta Hawks rank?
Jalen Johnson made the All-Star team this year, right?
Yeah. He's like a triple-double monster, man.
And he's a defender. He aggravates the hell out of Jalen Brunson.
I would love to see him in a Detroit Pistons uniform one day, but right now, I think he's 1A and 1B.
That's all good, man. It's like two pieces of Wonder Bread fighting each other when they play each other.
I like that.
You guys enjoy y'all weekend, man. I love what y'all guys do. Keep it up.
Derek,
man.
same to you, man. Appreciate you. Thanks a lot for the phone call. There's our guy Derek there in Hillside. Speaking of your guy, Cade Cunningham, did you see he is a now minority owner in the Texas Rangers?
Yeah, I saw that.
He bought into that.
Is he from Texas?
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Hometown.
old boys taking care of each other, you know what I'm saying? Keeping that cheese flowing.
Sportsology Capital Partners. That's what he bought into there as one of the investors. It doesn't say how much he kicked in, though, but you got to figure it's a nice chunk of change.
Maybe $1 million, you know what I mean? And they're like, hey, man, when we sell the Rangers or something in the future, you'll get your money and then some.
Well, think about it. He already signed the max, right? So he's got his playing contract is $269,
and he may get the Supermax if how he balling now.
But he got and plus he got a Nike deal too, a 6-year endorsement deal with Nike. So he's got it coming in from.
Listen,
you bring
the Pistons back, you deserve a shoe deal.
You should.
Like when you think about it, let's think about this for a second.
Yeah.
Who has a better chance?
Wait a sec, Tom. Is this the jar thing or no? Because he's talking about the Pistons.
Yeah, so the Piston Square jar, I'm going to officially say doesn't affect Bart here because you're the one who brought it up.
It's true.
Thank you. And the fact that
but I will add, if
the caller brought it up.
No.
That's true.
I'm saying you're fine right now. But if you glaze if you glaze the Pistons too much here, though, we might have to reassess.
You say I only get the fluff a little bit.
That's right.
All right. So what are you saying? Go ahead.
When you think about the players that's under 25 years old that can be the face of American basketball post LeBron, you have to throw Cade Cunningham in there.
You're not wrong. But
I think Cade Cunningham has closed the gap on Anthony Edwards.
Do you know what's amazing about that, though? I kid you not. Hell, it might have even been with you. Like 2 years ago, we were still having conversations about Cade Cunningham and then the draft that he was a part of when he was the number 1 overall pick. And you said, damn, that draft, like that, you know what I mean? Like he was the number 1 pick in that draft. Like nothing really special came out of that. And then look what's happened now. Now we're having this conversation.
Where did he go to college at?
Oak State.
And then he had the injury for a little bit too. He had the injury the first year.
Right.
And they shut him down.
Right.
Then a couple of years ago, he had another injury where he had to have surgery. They shut him down. But, you talk about just a guy that he does it effortlessly. He gives me Shea Gilly kind of vibes because everything he does, he plays at his own speed. Nobody rushes him and speeds him up, and he's big, and he plays at his own pace, so to speak.
I know what you're talking about.
You got Jason Tatum, even though he's not under 25.
No, not Jason Tatum. He's older now.
You got Cooper Flagg.
Did you see, by the way, with Dallas? I don't know how legit. Like, I didn't investigate it or anything, but I guess there was some report that was flying around the internet. Did you see, like, Cuban and an investor looking to buy the team back?
Buy back, yeah.
Can if they do that? If you're a Dallas fan,
insider trader.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you do that? Like, so this guy, what's the owner's name now? Mark something? Like,
I thought it was a woman, a group.
No, it's like the guy who's the face of the whole thing now. Whatever the hell his name is.
It's a gambling company, right?
What's his name? RJ's leaving. Bye, RJ. Tom, what's the guy's name? The guy who owns the Dallas Mavericks right now.
Patrick Dumont.
Patrick Dumont. That's what it is. If you're Patrick Dumont, so you buy the team, you allow them to trade away the best player that you've had, not named Dirk Nowitzki, and then you're going to cash out?
Yeah, because guess what? They found the next guy, and guess what he is? He's white and he's American. That's like apple pie. Nothing sells better than that, baby.
But Luka's not American.
Right.
Cooper Flagg's not going to be as good as Luka Doncic, though. He might be good, but he's not going to be Luka good.
Whoa.
No, I'm serious.
Whoa to the...
Come on.
Whoa.
Come on.
Listen.
Come on.
He's going head-to-head with Wemby. That game they had the other day, score for score. This is his first year.
We're talking
and
about.
guess what? He's better than what you know why.
You sound like Nico Harrison.
You know why he gonna be? You know why he gonna be better than Luka? Because he played defense, and he's more entertaining.
I don't need Luka to play defense.
What I'm saying, and he's more entertaining because he can play above the rim. And like Luka, he's 18 years old, 19 years old. I don't know if I can definitively say that Cooper Flagg in a couple years won't be as good as Luka Doncic.
Maybe when it's all said and done, I don't know about a couple of years.
Let's just compare rookie years.
I'll tell you this, though. Let's
compare rookie years.
Both of those guys still got work to do, though, if they want to have a statue like Dirk outside, because you got to win.
That's true. But now you see that they're going to build around him. That's why they got rid of AD. They say, man, this kid is as advertised.
AD is just like, what's AD? You know what I'm saying?
AD like, man, I'm in D.C.
AD's like, did you see, you know what was funny? Did you see somebody made a thing on the internet, like they already made a statue of AD in Dallas, and it was like a bronze thing of him on the bench just in street clothes.
But the thing is, though, like, it's weird. Can Washington be back?
No.
This is the thing.
You got two guys who never play.
What teams do you think has a better chance with the moves that they made? Do you think Washington has a better chance of being back? Do you think that Memphis, not Memphis, because they tore down. They tore down. They didn't build up. You think
and they got rid of a great coach.
I'm saying you think Utah got a chance in winning and coming back, or you think the Pelicans?
Pelicans, I still think aren't done tearing that down. Zion's still not long for that place.
I'm just saying.
If you're asking me based upon
the teams that made moves.
If it was like a video game and you can guarantee me that they're on the court, I would probably say Washington, but those guys are never available.
Or Milwaukee.
With or without Giannis.
Well, if you lose,
he ain't gonna be on the team.
I'm saying if you lose on Giannis, you're gonna get a lot of stuff. I tell you what, the kid they got from the Nets, man,
Cam
walking bucket.
I don't think Cam is making people run to the arena to buy tickets, though.
No, I'm just saying. You see, they mess around and won. Who they defeat the other day? It was like, oh, hold it, they beat who? Buckets.
OKC, they won at Oklahoma City.
Bucket.
Yeah, but I think Giannis is going to be in Greece someplace over the summer, and he's going to get the phone call that he got traded.
Yeah, but he's part of the rebuild. They Cam Johnson and whatever they get back in relief from him.
Giannis wants to go.
It could be Cam Johnson, Bridges, and Karl Anthony Towns, the new core.
The new core for the Bucks. And Doc coaching them up?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And Doc is coaching them up?
And Cat can shoot all he wants. He get all the touches he wants.
What a nightmare. Let's say hi to Mike in Brooklyn, who's next here on ESPN New York. What's up, Mike?
Hello. Hey, what's going on, fellas?
How you doing, Mike?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's on your mind today, man?
I just wanted to talk about the Giants.
Yep.
You know, the problem with the Giants is they want to make that luxury. They always make the luxury pick. And with Jackson Dart saving his butt, because if we know he wasn't supposed to win those last couple of games, I think he didn't want to have nothing to do with Fernando Mendoza. But all in all, we need linemen because we got to get back to this running game. And what are the chances of us drafting a lineman, the best lineman we could get at our pick?
Yeah, well, you got
Why not?
Manoa, or you got the kid from Utah. What's the kid from Utah's name?
It's either him or Francis are the two big tackles in this draft.
And the good thing is, what I like about it, they're dominant in their right tackles by nature. That's what I loved about Mimbu. You didn't have to project a left tackle playing right tackle like they did with Evan Neal.
Francis is Kiko's brother.
Giants,
you know that, right?
We always do something. The Giants always do something stupid, like we want to convert a left tackle to a right tackle or a right tackle to a left tackle. Why don't we just get the guy from the natural position and let him do what he do for us?
That's what we're saying.
But, Mike, that's what we're telling you. The kid from Utah is a right tackle.
And so is Francis.
And Francis Manoa is a right tackle. So just imagine if they do Thomas on the left side, get Manoa, and then bring over Linderbaum in free agency.
That's two bookends and a foundation right in the middle.
Like, people don't realize, Linderbaum is a Pro Bowl right there. That's a Pro Bowler right there.
Hey,
he a baller.
You saw at the NFL awards, who won the award for the best lineman? That new award that they have. It was Joe Tooney. Joe Tooney, I know he's played tackle. He's a guard by nature.
Yeah,
he's a guard by nature. These interior dudes are foundational, players.
I am so scared that Vera Tucker's going to go somewhere and stay healthy. He's going to mess around and go to Pittsburgh, or he's going to go out, or watch him go out to play for the Chargers because Chad Alexander's out there, and he bring him out there. He stay healthy. It's going to be Joe Alt, Slater, and you have freaking Vera Tucker there.
Or worse.
Because he's playing on grass, too.
What if he goes up to Foxborough?
I would hate that.
They got any money left? They spent all their money last offseason.
No, they got $50 million.
Still?
$50 million. 50. The salary cap's going up to $305. You got $50 million.
They spent a lot of money last offseason. That's part of the reason why they did what they did.
Yeah, $50 million.
And getting as far as they did.
Technically, the Jets can do that, but the only difference is the Jets don't have a quarterback.
They don't have a quarterback. And
a cheap quarterback. I think that our highest paid player next year will be Aaron Rodgers. We got 2 years before we flush it all.
There was that debate about should they have just absorbed the entire hit, when they did instead of spreading it out over 2 years. But like you said, because the cap goes up, that's why I think they decided to spread it out. And look, they got plenty of money to work with. Plenty. 800-919-3776. More of your calls. We're rocking and rolling till 1. It's Dan. It's Bart. It's ESPN New York.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Are you ready for some big winners? Join one of the nation's top sports betting analysts, Joe Wiz, on the Fine Line Saturday at 8 a.m. The Wiz breaks down all the big games in college basketball. St. John's is on a 10-game winning streak, and they travel to Providence for a big revenge game. Will they cover the spread? The road can be treacherous as Kansas, Kentucky, and Gonzaga all face big tests. Who's going down? The show's loaded with prop bets, totals, best bets, and horse racing. Follow the Wiz on Instagram at Joe Wiz Sports. It's the best bet in town. The Fine Line with Joe Wiz Saturday at 8 a.m. Be ready to win.
Hey, it's Michael K. I love when I get to talk about PC Richard & Son. This has been my go-to store for years now. They're local, they're family-owned, and they truly care about their customers. And I love to support our local businesses. Always have, and you should too. During their President's Day sale, save big on appliances from all the top brands, up to 40% off. In fact, the more you buy, the more you save, with up to $1,000 in additional savings on qualifying appliances. So do what I do and get to PC Richard & Son today. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
So, should we split the bill?
But math is the worst.
Not all math, because with New York Lottery's extra multiplier scratch-off games, you can multiply your winnings up to 200 times.
Wait, multiply my winnings?
Yeah, you take your winnings, then multiply those winnings up to 200 times.
So all of my winnings times 200?
Yeah, that.
Oh. I've always said math's the best.
Play for chances to multiply your winnings 30, 50, up to 200 times. Prizes up to $5 million. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
When it comes to meat and seafood, selection matters, and no one beats Wild Fork Foods. To everyday essentials, to high-quality steaks, to seafood and more, every product is blast frozen to lock in peak flavor and freshness, so you get restaurant-quality meats at home for amazing prices. Shop in person at 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or you can order online for same-day delivery. It's easy, it's convenient, and the prices are wild. WildForkFoods.com.
Do you read more about your team in the off-season than in the season? Does your game day outfit include a brown bag with eye holes? Then you may be a fan of a BST or Bad Sports Team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected. Because seeing your painted face in the rearview mirror after a loss isn't just depressing. It's distracting. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
Every great team has its core players. But when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with their award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Stars ride, Jaylen Brown, prime time in LA. Luca, yeah, the All-Star game is iconic. Yo, kid, win B, USA versus the world. Now we all around the globe.
NBA All-Star game Sunday, February 15th on NBC and Peacock.
We were just talking about that last night, and it happened to Bart just now too, and I even fell for that. Remember, Harvey, you were telling me about that commercial that just played? And it sounded like you're back in the show, like it's a bed to bring you back in the show. He fell for it. I fell for it.
This is the second time in this week I fell for this.
And that's what, for the All-Star game or something?
Yeah, I wish I got like the transcription because I don't think anything rhymed in that promo.
But see, we couldn't hear like what they were saying. We just heard like the bed.
See, Carlin got thrown off by that earlier this week too. I think that's what Bart was alluding to. It was like Wednesday or something like that. Carlin starts talking like, and there's like 20 seconds left in the break. I'm like, hey, this is just a commercial, right? And we were pretty shocked.
But if people keep falling victim to it, like, shouldn't we just pull it from the rotation or no?
No.
No, they're going to say we just need to know what it is.
No, we just need to have some fun. If that screws us up, then that's something to talk about.
Well, it's happened, and it keeps happening. Well, all we know is that it's going to end this weekend because the All-Star game is, Sunday, so it's not going to play again next week on Monday.
Are you excited to go watch the celebrity game tonight? You're getting your popcorn for the dunk contest. Jalen Duren had to step out, so I think they got Richardson, who is a son of what was his name? What's Richardson's first name?
Jason Richardson. Jason Richardson.
Yeah. So let's see if he got the same springs of his dad. This is one of the things I'm surprised they ain't trying to get Bronny in it.
You think Bronny got dunks?
No, but they should make it like the second generation ones, because before you know it, the Boozer twins are going to be in the league, and you're going to have Carmelo Anthony's son in the league in a couple years, and you're going to have well,
the draft next year is loaded. I mean, AJ DeBanza is going to be in next year.
But you're going to have who else? I'm thinking about former players who got kids that's balling. Like the Boozer twins balling. You got Carmelo. And then you have
yeah, but Kyan can't even get off the bench in Syracuse.
Who's the guy? Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas.
Gilbert Arenas' kid, yeah.
And then Barnes got kids that's supposed to be ballers too.
Mac McClung in the dunk contest this year. They find him in the G League someplace and put him in the dunk contest. Remember him? The dude that wins it every year?
Yeah, he did it like 2 years in a row. I think they banned him from it.
Yeah.
Come in and win $1 million.
Mac McClung.
Is he in or is he out?
He is out. I believe he gave a reason. I will look it up for you in a second.
He said he's tired of being typecast in this movie.
If I were the guys in the NBA, I wouldn't want him to be a part of it either, because I'm getting shown up by a guy in the G League who all he does is parade into town for the All-Star weekend and win the dunk contest.
I mean, if that's the case, brand guys from the N1 Mix Tour.
That'll be next.
Let me see if I can see a 720.
Look, I don't know. They redid the format again. You got all this wonky stuff with the rising stars and the international players and the other stuff. Like, I don't know. If it works, whatever. But it's going to be, I was saying it's going to be earlier because NBC's got all the All-Star stuff this year. And it goes on at 5 o'clock because they show the Olympics at night. So it's not going to be like late events or anything.
Yeah, get it over with. I mean,
but people aren't going to be remembering that stuff either.
It's got to be super early over there because they're in L.A.
Right. So it's good. It's 5 o'clock Eastern is when all that stuff is going to be shown on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah,
2 o'clock out there.
That's crazy.
Because NBC at 8 o'clock Eastern, they need to be on showing their taped Olympics coverage.
This is a Peacock stuff they doing. It's wacky D, man.
Yep. That's how they get you.
So it seems like Mac McClung doesn't want to participate, possibly because he thinks he would be too tough of competition for other people and that others would pull out because of him.
Mac, what are we doing?
Now he cocky.
You know,
That's at least what I'm seeing on the internet.
It's your meal ticket, dude.
How many times did he win?
He has won 3 times in a row, I believe.
You know
or
what's
at least
sad?
3 times.
You know, you always have these like regrets in life for other people that like, you know, they weren't around for certain things. Like the young people nowadays, like they don't know what the dunk contest used to be.
Where's Sims at? We should get the worst dunkers ever and make them go against each other.
Jericho Sims?
Yeah.
He was in the contest, yeah.
Yeah, we should bring him back and tell him he can go again. Like, you were so bad the first time, brother. You got to redeem yourself.
But the dunk contest has gone along the way of the All-Star game itself, the Pro Bowl.
Actually,
like it's horrible.
Actually, the 3-point contest is the best.
Because I mean it's shooting threes. I mean, like you can't like fool around with that. It's just, you know, hoisting them up. But the 3-point shot isn't necessarily like a specialist thing anymore either. It was back in the day, but now everybody shoots threes.
You say once Brook Lopez started hitting threes,
everybody. Now it's like you can't come into the league unless you shoot a 3 and know how to take it. Guess what, Knicks fans? You can join us for a special Knicks watch party on Thursday, February 19th. That's when they're back from the All-Star break at Tara Moore, 150 West 30th Street, starting at 7 p.m. You can watch the Knicks take on Bart's Detroit in a big Eastern Conference matchup with Wild Turkey Bourbon specials, great prizes, and awesome vibes all night long. You'll also have chances to win Knicks tickets and enter Wild Turkey Bourbon's Ultimate New York Game Day experience this April. So join Bart and Chris, Tara Moore, Thursday, February the 19th. Tip-off, 7:30 p.m., brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. You got to be 21 or over. Enjoy Wild Turkey responsibly. So there you go, Thursday night. Now, what do you do with that? So you do the show, and then you're going to go home and then come back into the city to do the event?
Where's it at?
That's the answer I wanted.
Terramore.
Where's Terramore? I know it's in Terramore, but where's...
I'm going to tell you it's on 150 West 30th Street.
It's right by...
So
it's
right by the
it's
garden,
right by
kinda.
Madison Square Garden.
It's kind of like
there
right
we
by the
go.
garden.
So it's right out the tunnel.
It's not like we've read this like 50 times.
So you're going home and then you're going to come back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's like 6
I'm
hours.
I'm off at 1 o'clock. You
Yeah,
crazy?
just take the exit. That's it.
Yeah, you think I would do it? I'd come back.
As we found out, like he doesn't have to worry about paying 2 tolls and 2 congestion pricing things. He could care less. He's going to throw caution into the wind and say, I'm coming back in.
Yeah.
No, but you got it. What are you going to do for 6 hours?
Sleep in my car?
Or sleep in the relax. What do they call the room in there, Tom?
We ain't got one of those rooms.
No, they got one of those
Meditation, no?
I don't know. It's not a
It's
meditation.
like a wellness room or something like that?
Wellness room. That's it. Like
We
when they
might as well be
We got a
here.
wellness room
You
here?
didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, we do.
Out
Do you
there
want-
all the way. Like
you
on
want
the
to take
left.
a field trip to it?
Check it out during the break.
No, brother. I come here as soon as I come here 1 minute before it's time to go, and as soon as it's out of here, before it hits
That's true.
1 o'clock, I'm gone.
That's true.
Yeah, you're in and out.
You would think like somebody yelled rat at 12:56 or whatever. He's gone.
That's for the people on the boards and the producers that's here all day. They got to do multiple shows and stuff to do.
He's like,
I'm out.
True story. Like I take my time just like packing up everything, making sure I have everything. Like before I can even pack up my stuff, he's gone. He's on the elevator already.
Ding.
He's gone.
Ding.
And the elevator is one of these in this building where you got to wait a little bit.
Ding,
like it doesn't
ding.
come right off the bat.
It literally goes up to 15 before it goes to 5.
You know what I love about this elevator? Is that sometimes it'll come down onto our floor. The door opens up. You're like, yay! You walk on the elevator, and then it goes up to like 15.
Yeah.
It doesn't even go like straight down. And I said, where the hell am I going?
It's a tease.
First of all, all these new buildings has screens where they're like smart elevators.
Yeah, right.
Like we still pushing a button. And like, oh damn, the light ain't come on. You know what I'm saying? We still doing that.
Ours has a screen. It tells you some like news, the weather, and all that.
No, I'm talking about the
You know
outside.
what they call that?
You go over to the new. You go to any building. You push the button, and it's gonna tell you go to B2, go to B1.
He's talking
one
about
of
he's talking
those.
about World Trade Center.
Yeah, anywhere. I mean,
Right.
we go to the new ESPN building.
Well, that's
Bro,
like
no,
the Taj Mahal.
you go to any building.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
No, but they have it down at World Trade. I know what you're talking about. You press the button on the wall, it tells you what elevator to get into. They do that at
the 4 World Trade, S&Y. I know. Yeah.
Other place I know too, where they we do the Jet games now.
Basically everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. But it's a smaller building. That's why.
I didn't realize
It's a little cozier.
I didn't realize, man, for the draft, they're not doing it at the stadium because of World Cup.
Draft party? Is that what you're talking about?
The draft. You know, the draft used to be at the stadium, Jets and Giants.
Yeah, the draft party.
Yeah, it's not there this year.
Where are they doing it?
Well, the Jets are doing it somewhere else because the stadium is going to be full with the World Cup.
Even in late April?
Yeah, that's when the games really start.
The World Cup begins in June, dude. The games start in June.
They ain't letting nobody come in there.
So FIFA's taking over already by the time we get to April?
Yep.
I had no idea.
And the draft is April 24th, I think.
I didn't know it began that early. I got to check with my guys over there. I haven't thought about that stuff that far. Really?
Yep.
I do know that, like, and this ain't no joke, like, once everything happens here and the World Cup gets going, basically the people there at the Meadowlands take the keys to the joint, hand them over to FIFA, and then for the next 3 months or as long as that contest or the competition's going, they basically say, get out of our way.
Yeah.
They literally hear the keys, and then FIFA's running the show entire damn summer.
How much do you think the owners are going to make off of that? Because does FIFA keep the concession stands and the parking?
There's kickback. Why do you think that they were fighting so much to make sure that they get the final?
Well, if they're in New York, where else would they play? I hear they get the final.
We're getting the final. It was either going to be us or Dallas for the final, right? Jerry World.
Yeah, they looked at both places and they gave it to Jersey.
Ah, that's crazy.
If not, then they would have given it to L.A. probably.
I know they got one in Houston as well.
They got them all over the place. It's North America, so there's Canada and then Mexico.
Well, I'm going to one in Mexico with my boys.
Really?
Yeah. Why would I want to go to one here?
Well, that's right. Food's probably not as good.
Especially with all the craziness going on. I ain't trying to be around no craziness.
Yeah, sure. There's no craziness in Mexico. All right, we still got an hour left to play.
You ask me for my papers, you're going to get punched in the face.
Oh, my God. Bring, what's his name?
You want to know my papers? My papers is Django Unchained.
Have Gay Talese travel along with you down to Mexico. He could do a page or two.
No, I'm talking about here. That's why I ain't go here. Somebody can say, let me see your papers. See your papers, punk. You can tell why I talk my swag.
1 hour to go
American.
On this Friday. We'll even get into Bart's World Cup journeys, too. It's Dan and Bart here on ESPN New York.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Prizes,
Flyaways,
even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
This February at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, love is in the air with our $100,000 Roll into Romance drawing. Be here on Fridays in February from 3 to 7 p.m. when each hour one lucky guest is drawn to roll the dice for a shot at winning up to $5,000. Earn entry starting at 2 p.m. Club members can earn up to 5 times entry multipliers at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to A to Z Savings, our biggest sale of the year.
Happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with Duralast rotors.
Free. Really?
Really? Free.
I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah. How much is that?
Free with the oil.
Free. Really?
Really. Free. It's part of A to Z Savings with hundreds of deals.
From A to free.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Ends March 9th. Restrictions apply.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed, plus free premium delivery with any bed and base. Ends Monday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Guys, quick PSA, forgetting Valentine's Day flowers is not the move. Trust me. This is why I go to the Bouqs company every time. Bouqs delivers modern bouquets fresh to her door. Plus, with my code CANTY, you get 25% off. Bouqs flowers are cut fresh from the best farms in the world, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. They've got incredible flowers, even roses grown on the side of a volcano. And the best part? Bouqs makes it easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. No last-minute panic. That's why Bouqs has over 50,000 five-star reviews. And listen, even if she says, don't get me anything, that doesn't mean no flowers. Flowers still score every time. Valentine's Day is February 14th, right after the big game, so don't fumble this. Order now. Go to Bouqs.com, use my promo code CANTY for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code CANTY. Bouqs, promo code CANTY.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering 25% off windows and doors and 0% APR for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends February 28th, 2026.
At Wrangler, we know the essential question for any guy is, can I go like this? It could be date night, boys' night, work, or your nephew's school play. It could be anything, and the last thing you want to do is change. That's why Wrangler makes jeans, shirts, jackets, and tees that answer yes to life's essential question. You can go in Wrangler. Check out our latest styles today at Wrangler.com. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Bart, Hour 3 here on ESPN New York on this Friday at 800-919-3776. It's the third hour of the show, but it's not just the third hour of the show. It's the power hour.
Keep it short, baby.
That was short and sweet for a Friday.
Yeah, we're going to keep it short, baby.
Got to save it all up.
You know what I'm saying?
Bart spilled coffee on his white T-shirt earlier today. Cleaned it off. You wouldn't even know that it happened. See, we're overcoming adversity today.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what today's theme is. You end the week on a high, you eliminate problems. And that's what some of these teams need to do here. I was saying this before you got here. This is like the first weekend where, no football, nothing.
Yeah, it's like you got PTSD. I was like, what do you do with yourself?
How do you adjust in life?
Even that in-between week was kind of weird.
Well, that's what I said, because the Super Bowl's not a real football weekend. The last real weekend is the championship games.
Yeah.
Football, the Super Bowl's like a holiday.
Yep.
And we were talking about this, speaking of the Super Bowl, we were talking about this off the air. We'll bring it on the air. I really would like to see what the NFL does here with the Patriots. And not just a dump on them because they lost the Super Bowl, but, the fact that Drake May, after the game, is just, because he's all in his emotions and his feelings and he's, vulnerable.
Looking
he just
for excuses.
Casually just drops out there on the podium. Oh, by the way, my shoulder, they shot me up before the game. Excuse me? Because Drake May was not on the injury report leading up to that Super Bowl that he had anything wrong with the shoulder. He practiced fully. They let you know that. But even if you practice fully, if you're harboring some other sort of an issue, that needs to be on the injury report. And nobody, whether it was Vrabel or anybody with the club, said anything that it was bad enough to where you don't just get shot up on a whim.
Yeah, see, but this is the difference. If it was just a Toradol shot, who cares? If it was a cortisone shot, he would have got that before the game. Because you get that
that's
a couple
what he got
days
before the game.
No. So you get cortisone shots days before. You get Toradol shots the day of. Now, you have to have an injury to get a Toradol shot because people start complaining because it can mess up your kidneys later in life. And so, people were talking about it. And so, they made you have to take the Toradol pill. But if you have an injury, you can get the Toradol shot. So I think that's what he probably got when he said he got shot up. He got the Toradol shot in his ass that takes the edge off from pain. I don't think he got a cortisone shot. Because you get a cortisone shot, you get it a couple days before because it can be sore the next day. So you ain't gonna you don't want to get a Toradol shot and now you out there with a sore shoulder.
Well, all he said was before the game, and I don't know if anybody followed up or
that's a Toradol shot, I think.
But when he says before, it could have he may have meant a couple of days before. If he said, "Oh, I got a shot before the game," I don't know.
Yeah, so we used to have a long line for the Toradol shot. And it wasn't a big deal.
It was like the DMV. You take a number and you're waiting in line to get the Toradol shot.
Oh, exactly. It'd be like everybody got one because it just knocks the edge off. So if you banged up, hurt, it just knocks the edge off. It's not like, man, come on, man. I've taken Percocet before a game, Oxycontin before a game. Come on, man.
Whatever it takes to get out there and play.
Yeah.
But
So I hate the fact that him and Will Campbell are trying to make excuses about why they played bad. And he wouldn't tell you he got a shot before the game if he'd have won. You only saying that because you trying to make an excuse for your performance, which it is no excuse because everybody's hurt.
Will Campbell didn't play well. Will Campbell's had a rough the post-injury version of Will Campbell. Like, remember, he missed all that time, and then he came back late in the regular season. The post-injury version of Will Campbell was not very good.
Well, he played Myles Garrett before he got hurt, right? That didn't go too well either.
When was that Cleveland game with them?
He gave up 4.
Was that the 4 or the 5? Remember he had the 5 too that game?
Could have been a 4-piece.
That might have been the 5 actually.
4-piece, all flats with a biscuit.
Stand by.
I just hate when people want to complain and talk stuff or start revealing stuff afterwards.
That was the 5 gamer.
He gave up 5?
Yeah.
5-piece?
Mm-hmm.
5-piece chicken nugget.
Isn't it amazing? Like, he had 5 sacks that day, and yet his team, like Myles Garrett, and his team still lost by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, team MVP.
I'll tell you, that's one, and look, it's just 1 year, whatever. That's one that maybe the Jets got a little bit lucky with because Patriots took the first tackle off the board, and it could have been Membu, but they took Will Campbell.
Yeah, thank you for taking him.
Right.
And you talk about short arms, but he looks small. But that's what I'm more concerned with. He looks tiny.
You know who he looks like? Looks like Mason Graham body-wise.
Yes.
Right?
That is a great comp.
And I said Mason Graham. I was like, I'm not, and he went, what did he go, 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever, like to Cleveland?
But he played well. Cleveland had probably one of the best drafts from a rookie class where you think about, not even throwing Shador in there, but if you throw Shador in there, think about Harold Landry, you think about the inside linebacker they had that damn near led the league in tackles, Mason Graham. Man, they did their thing. Problem is I don't know what's up with Cleveland.
Well, the thing with Will Campbell is, I watched Vrabel whenever he had the press conference when they got back from the Super Bowl. Because you look at him and you say, like, maybe he's better suited to play guard, to play on the inside. And they double down. They're like, nope, he's a tackle. We're going to work with him. He's a tackle.
You're going to have to get bigger and stronger. The problem is, like, if they move him to guard, then they drafted the guard.
Right. Well, then do you kick the guard over to center?
I mean, how you going to keep playing musical chairs?
You know what I'm saying?
Who said your center was bad?
It's called getting creative.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see if they spend money. You got the guy Teller, that's three-time Pro Bowler from Cleveland that's available at guard. It'd be interesting what Baltimore do at the guard position too, because Falele was horrible.
No, not good.
Like, he's enemy number 1. They hate him in Baltimore.
Well, because they played him a little bit too early. Because you know how it is. You can't keep everybody.
He played tackle forever.
Right, he played tackle. No, I'm saying, but when he came on and he played, he was replacing a mainstay. He struggled, and so he already got on the bad side of the fans right off the gate. And then it's like you have a hard time overcoming that stuff. But that's the NFL. Like, some fans don't want to realize it. Like, that's the league now. You got to draft, develop, and you always use the term graduate. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't keep everybody. Yeah. And some guys, unfortunately, like, if their price gets too high, like, they graduate to someplace else on another team in free agency. So the guys that you drafted, it's time to play them. You drafted them for a reason. They got to step in and play.
Yeah. I mean, they got to, because they have Linderbaum up too. They need a guard and they need a center. Potentially. They got to re-sign their center as well. So be interesting, man, because you talk about offensive line play with how, Seattle dominated people inside with their inside pressure. The kid they got from Texas the year before.
Byron Murphy.
Yeah, Byron Murphy played at a high level. I think maybe they graduate DeMarcus Lawrence up out of there and maybe pay a guy like Hall, who we have the same agent, who's up, had 2 sacks in a Super Bowl. So it's like fracking, right? We see now that all the coaches like McDonald are calling their part of the ball. Because they're saying, if I'm an owner, I'm like, listen, why am I paying you and you got a certain expertise on the side of the ball, but we losing coordinators and defense coordinators every year or offense coordinators every year? If you call it, I ain't losing you because you're the head coach. So we ain't got to worry about, replacing everybody. So you have Robert Saleh, who's going to call plays and still be the coach. You got Aaron Glenn. You got Jesse Mentor, who's going to do it. You got McDonald, even though he named himself the coordinator. You got Sean McVay, who does it. I'm assuming that Joe Brady's going to call the offense.
Yes.
Right? That's why
there's more offensive coaches that do it than defensive coaches.
Yeah, you got Todd Bowles, right?
Todd going to call the defense?
I think he called it last year.
He took over at some point, I thought.
Yeah,
when things started going
bad. But
bad.
it's the thing. If you're going to go down, don't you want to go down calling and doing it yourself?
I would like to think
when
so.
I look at – that's why I look at Aaron Glenn. I think that's why Aaron Glenn did it. I think Woody was looking like, hey, man, ain't you a defensive guy? Why don't you call the damn plays?
Well, because the other thing
– that's why you got hired, because you was calling plays, or we thought you was a good defensive coordinator.
1,000%. And people got to realize, too, like, if you bring on nowadays with these coaches and what they're getting paid, coordinators, guys with a resume, guys that have done it for a while, you're talking about $5 million.
Yeah.
$5 million. Do you see what Minnesota is paying Flores to keep him as the defensive coordinator? He's making over $6 million a year.
Damn, that's because they ain't paying Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell has hit the list on the guys on the hot seat.
But think about that for a second. Like, to where the game is, and look, we know that the game is super successful, to where you have coordinators now making over $6 million a year. So if I'm an owner, I don't care how much money I got. I'm saying, well, wait a second. Why do I want to pay all this to my head coach? Because head coaches now, some of them make $10 million a year. Most of them, even on average.
10.
Average.
Glenn, making 12?
Well, he's making over that. And then, like, you got the other ones who have won and are really, like, the top tier. Those
20.
dudes are making close to 20. Andy Reid makes, like, 17, 18 or something like that a year.
Andy Reid making less than Harbaugh.
How much is Harbaugh's? Well, yeah.
Harbaugh makes 20. Oh, what the hell?
You know why? Because it's when you need to get paid.
Hell no. If I'm Andy, I'm like, I can get you 3, buddy.
That's why, you know what Andy should do and Andy's agent should do?
I need to be the highest paid, period. I want 3.
Here's how the game is played. If I'm Andy's guy, maybe on a slow part of the calendar, maybe when we get to, like, after April, after the draft is over, like we get to May, maybe June, things quiet down a little bit in the NFL. Maybe if I'm the agent, I call up Adam Schefter and I say, Andy's been at this a long time. He's maybe thinking about taking some time off. Maybe he doesn't want to do this that much longer.
Back.
Take a step back, enjoy his family, enjoy the grandkids, that type of thing. And then, boom, that report gets out there. This could be Andy Reid's last year. And then what do the Chiefs do?
Don't worry, you got Eric Bieniemy.
What do the Chiefs do? Or any team in that situation? Start talking to the agent, make sure that doesn't happen, and you work out a nice new contract extension, which then makes him the highest paid coach in the league.
But
that's how this works.
That's the crazy part. Like, I want to say that Sean McVay's got 2 extensions, and it seemed like the last couple of years, like last 4 years, when he said he was going to go to TV, and Andy Reid ain't got doubled up, and Sean McVay just got doubled up, him and the general manager this year.
Think about it.
Like, about 2 months ago.
Remember when the Rams when they won the Super Bowl 3-4 years? Super Bowl Sunday, there were the 2 reports, Sean McVay and Aaron Donald. This was going to be their last games. They're done, win or lose. Why? So they could get more money. Both of them ended up getting paid.
Yep. So he won one when he won the Super Bowl, and he just got paid again.
See, it's funny how that works, ain't it? It's funny how that works. Let's say hi to J. Miz in Stamford up next year. J. Miz, what are we doing today? How are you?
I'm good, guys. Gracia, man. I love you, dog. For the station, you're like the ultimate backup quarterback, other than having your own show. But your take...
Is he Jeff Hostetler, or is he like Nick Foles?
Bart, you're the football. I'm a basketball guy. I play at a high level. You're the football guy. So you choose one that's really good, and that's Gracia.
So is he Jamal Crawford, or is he Benny the Microwave Johnson?
Well, Jamal Crawford is one of my favorite players on the Knicks team.
Jamal Crawford played longer. The Microwave was part of the Bad Boys, so he's got 2 rings. Does Jamal have a ring? I don't think Jamal's got a ring.
No. And Vinny's worth $500 million.
No,
nowadays.
I don't want to get off topic.
So what did I say? So what did I say, Miz?
You said Cooper Flagg will not be better than Luka.
I said at least not in 2 years, because Bart said in 2 years.
Well, if you compare his Cooper Flagg's second year to Luka's.
Again, I respect people's opinions. In my opinion, Cooper Flagg is going to be one of the greatest basketball players in NBA history, based on what he's doing now, playing the game, based on what Bart said. And it's not about race, but because he's a white guy, playing the game the right way, working on everything. I've seen this guy grow up. Again, he will be better than Luka. You got to give me somebody better than Luka to debate that with.
The problem, the hard part is, J-Miz, is that Luka's probably going to go down as one of the best basketball players to ever play the game, too. That's the hard part.
He's going to be like LeBron, Bart. He's going to be one of the greatest scorers. There's guys who can get buckets, but if you play ball, and Bart, you know, it's about your grind and your grit that makes you a champion. When you get those
think
rings,
about
man.
this, though. And I know people sleep on Luka because he hasn't won a championship yet, maybe, and, you know, he was out of shape there in Dallas, whatever. Think about this. The dude was first-team All-NBA 5 of his first 6 years in the league. First-team All-NBA, 5 straight years. Is Cooper Flagg going to hit those heights? Because, you know, he better start hitting the clock. You know what I mean?
Here's a hot take. He just turned 19. He's in shape. He'll be better. Because of what Dallas is doing around him, he will do better.
It's funny because it's funny because Dallas had both of them. But Luka was like 19, 20 when he came in the league, too. That's the tough part. So it's hard.
I don't agree with the trade. But based on what my man did and got himself out of there, I mean, Dallas is lucked up again because, like you said, Bart, they got a young American athlete who plays the game the right way. It's not about his race. Everybody respects him. And when Kyrie comes back, I think we're going to see him playing at a
You know what's going to happen?
Hey, it can't hurt. I know. Now, Kid did, fixed it and stopped making him the point guard. I think that was ill-advised. And that got, him off.
Don't ruffle his feathers.
Well, that got him off to the slow start. But, man, like, to Dallas, to your point, now I think Dallas long-term to win championships much rather build around Cooper Flagg than Luka Doncic, because does Luka Doncic and his dominance really equate or transfer to winning? Like,
well, let's see what the Lakers do, because the Lakers are building. Lakers have to build this team now around Luka. It's not LeBron anymore. It's not LeBron.
He's the prototype, though.
And you know what the funny thing about it is, though?
He works on everything. He's forcing every kid to work on everything. Not a Euro step, not a three-point shot. He's forcing every kid to work on everything because he can do everything, and he's a two-way player.
Well, here's the thing. Remember,
he can only get better.
Defense, and Miz, thanks for the call, my man. We love you. Remember, the reason that they made the trade and the guy who's no longer there, because they want to win a championship on defense. That's what they told us, right?
Well, they know defense wins championships.
Defense wins championships. And by the way, the guy that they brought in to play defense, to be the rim protector and everything with Anthony Davis, is no longer part of the organization either.
Well, they still have the young guys. They had the guys that they had before. Lively is a rim protector. Let's see what's Gafford?
Daniel Gafford.
You'll see if they keep on the Gafford.
So basically, they traded, like, the way it all kind of worked out, they traded Luka Doncic, and the best thing they have to show for it is Daniel Gafford.
No, the best thing they have to show for it is being able to get Cooper Flagg, because they got Cooper Flagg and they don't have to pay him for the next 4 years. So now they can build around him and grab stuff, because now they save themselves, $40, $60 million a year?
But they got lucky, too, and if you want to think that the league had anything to do with that behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
With the whole...
Sometimes better be lucky than good.
They got to do something about that. With the whole...
Well, I know the Knicks ain't complaining.
Well, the Knicks ain't. Look, things are going well for the Knicks.
Because really, the Pistons should have been in that role for Wembanyama. They did it for both Texas teams.
When are they going to make a documentary, by the way, on like I don't know what they could call it, like the players that Dallas had that they no longer have? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Luka.
But the thing is,
Jalen Brunson.
But the thing is,
Anthony Davis.
They've always landed on their feet. It's like going from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. Like, you can't have both. You can't have Flagg and Luka. You much rather have Luka where they were, because now they reset the clock.
It's like the Colts, from Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck to Anthony Richardson.
Well, yeah. Let's see what Anthony Richardson. You better hope. You better hope that that Aaron Glenn don't say, "Oh, I can fix him."
No,
I can fix the alien.
No,
I can fix the alien. Might be able to fix the alien.
You got to fix sometimes what's like under your own roof before you worry about, fixing somebody else. What's wrong on somebody else's lawn? If you know what I'm saying.
Just saying, brother.
My lawnmower ain't working. Well, let me fix it. No, you're not going to fix that until you fix what's wrong in your own garage. If you know what I mean. This is not the place for a reclamation project. Not the place.
Did Frank Wright have Anthony Richardson?
No.
He didn't. I know.
No.
That's a Steichen special.
Let's be real. Okay, we saw it.
He just needs time.
All
He's the next Sam Darnold.
All jokes aside, though, as bad as it was, tapping out on his own team and everything.
He was tired.
he still led a fourth quarter comeback against the Jets.
Yeah.
Remember
Just
that?
think, he would have been balling if he didn't smack his over
remember
ball.
that?
I do.
Fourth quarter comeback.
Off the right side. Off the right side. He's still an alien. He just need more time.
I can't. All right. 800-919-3776. We'll say hi to our good buddy. He's Richard in Manhattan.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. We got the alarm. Richard, how are you, pal? Hello, Rich.
Oh, no.
I mean, was it the alarm that scared him off?
I don't know. We just got done with like a 4-minute conversation over the phone.
See, that's the problem. You can't. Should I put him on hold? Should I drop? What should I do?
Throw him on. You know what? Drop him for now, and then he'll probably call back.
Rich, why don't you call back? See, here's the problem. You can't sit there and gab on hold for 4 minutes and talk to Tom or talk to Hart, whatever. Like, you got to save it for the air, man.
Well, he thought that, hey, I just hit the board. Maybe they're not going to put me up immediately. Let me go heat up my chicken real quick because it's lunchtime. Or he at dentist, right? So maybe he's going to tell the patient to rinse. And then when he came back, he was like, damn, they took me sooner than possible.
The thing about Richard, I mean, I don't know how things are going at his practice, like if he's got like a long list of patients or whatnot, because he's always on the damn phone and he's always calling the radio station.
Well, he just call in between.
Yeah, but I mean, the dentist I go to, they're always busy. He's always busy.
No.
There's people in the chair all the time.
When have you ever went to your dentist and at the appointment you went in when time you were supposed to?
I'm waiting always.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm waiting because like there's other people in the chairs. That's the problem. So
right,
like
but that's what I'm saying. So they tell you to come knowing that they ain't gonna tell you because they be taking their time in between.
Right. So he's the guy though. He's the dentist. He should be performing on patients, not calling.
Nah, man. He got to get that cheese on his taco. They come there because he's the celebrity dentist.
They just want to show up to the office to hear him call like sports radio stations. That's it.
He's like Steve Martin. He's like Steve Martin on Little Shop of Horror.
Little Shop of Horrors. You be
Look, the crazy part is the people behind the glass have no clue what we just said.
None.
I don't even know if they know who Steve Martin is.
They know who Steve Martin is. No, because Steve Martin has the show now on the.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, what's it called with the murders in the building with Martin Short?
Well, they don't know.
They know that's a current show. That's like a hip show.
Yeah, look how they looking at you.
Harvey's insulted.
Yeah,
Steve Martin, Pink Panther. Come on, man. Planes, trains, and automobiles. Come on, man.
See, he knows.
Yeah, you see, Tom ain't said nothing.
Well, Tom's on the phone. Tom's on the phone with Richard. Wait, did Steve Martin Did they do a remake of the Pink Panther with Steve Martin?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't waste.
That was like maybe 10 years.
I thought you were talking like Peter Sellers,
that was like 15 years ago.
Yeah, I didn't bother with that.
Still did it.
Yeah, that was like 15 years ago.
He's a classic. 800-919-3776. When we come back, more phone calls. Tom is also going to take us sideline to sideline as well. Plus, we got Bart's observation of the week, all before 1 o'clock, and then it's TMKS right here on ESPN New York.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Want to know why betting the Winter Games on FanDuel makes sense? From game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The Winter Games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Curling matches that start slow somehow get tense fast. Speed skating decided by inches. Hockey games. They hit different when you're on FanDuel. Maybe you want to rock with USA Hockey. Well, there's so much there to play with. Want to know why betting the Winter Games on FanDuel makes sense? From game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The Winter Games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and over and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Listen, I know the mentality. You try to play through pain and walk it off. Push through one more day. But when it comes to neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, that's a losing game. That's when you call Dr. J. Shaw at Samwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he focuses on non-surgical solutions that get real results. No cuts, no downtime, no dependence on pain meds. He builds you a custom game plan for you so that you can move better, feel better, and live pain-free. Same day or next day appointments are available. Visit SamwellPain.com. Stop managing pain. Start beating it.
Looking for the best meat and seafood at unbeatable prices? Get to Wild Fork Foods. They offer the widest selection of meats and seafoods you'll find anywhere. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. From beef and poultry to seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats, you'll get the best value for your buck. Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, your neighborhood's meat and seafood market.
So, should we split the bill?
But math is the worst.
Not all math, because with New York Lottery's extra multiplier scratch-off games, you can multiply your winnings up to 200 times.
Wait, multiply my winnings?
Yeah, you take your winnings, then multiply those winnings up to 200 times.
So all of my winnings times 200?
Yeah, that.
Oh. I've always said math's the best.
Play for chances to multiply your winnings 30, 50, up to 200 times. Prizes up to $5 million. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Dan and Bart, ESPN New York on this Friday. Been a good show so far. They said it couldn't be done. They said it wouldn't be able to be pulled off. It's being pulled off. It's getting done. We got 30 more minutes at 800-919-3776. Even though the football season's over, that still isn't going to stop us. It's not going to throw us off course. It's time for a little sideline to sideline.
It's going to happen.
This is Sideline to Sideline with Bart and Carlin.
All right. So we are going sideline to sideline, and we're going to start with some news, guys, that broke over the past hour. Wait, hang on. Bart, did you break one of your headphones?
It's just the part where the battery go in.
Where the battery goes in?
Yeah, you put a battery right here. Like
I thought we just plugged it in and it was all good.
Those are battery-operated headphones?
I had no idea.
Yeah, Alan bought me these.
Oh, really?
Long time ago, yeah. So battery go there.
That probably
you can use them
explains
as
it.
a battery.
That probably explains it, yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
I say Alan's trying to sabotage the efforts of the show right now.
No. Alan bought me these a couple years ago when we were together.
Yeah, I'd still like to think that he's sabotaging it.
The ones that y'all used to give me used to like tear off and have leather pieces all on my face. It was a community.
You don't have your own headphones? You don't keep your own?
Yeah, Alan bought me some.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. At any rate, so the NFL, breaking news from Adam Schefter about an hour ago. Guys, do you remember the NFLPA report cards and how the Jets always got trashed in them? Well, apparently the NFL filed a grievance against the NFLPA about that, and they won their grievance today, which bans the union from conducting and publishing future player report cards. That was according to a memo distributed by out to all the NFL teams. That was obtained by ESPN this morning. I'm just going to read a little bit about it to tell you where things broke down. So an arbiter found that the report cards, right from ESPN, violated the CBA by disparaging NFL clubs and individuals. According to the memo, the arbitrator found that through hearings with the NFLPA's witness and counsel that the report cards were, quote, designed by the union to advance its interest under the guise of a scientific exercise. The NFLPA refused to produce data related to previous surveys, and the union's witness and counsel admitted the union, quote-unquote, cherry-picked topics and responses to include in the report cards. And as Rich Cimini pointed out on Twitter, it's a win for Woody Johnson because Johnson, who continually got panned, including in the 2024 report card, said the NFLPA report cards are totally bogus.
I thought they were bogus. Not bogus. You got to think of who, like, if you have a bad season, how guys are disgruntled.
Right.
Guys aren't going to stay on the team. And when you give them these things and the season isn't going well, guys been benched. They're just gonna give FFF
because they have an axe to grind, and a lot of them. To be honest with you, a lot of the players don't even take it as seriously. Like I remember, asking a couple of when did you vote? And they're like, I don't remember. Maybe like a couple of months ago, or so it's not like a high priority for them.
Listen, it's been a long time since I've been into a brand new place, but the Jets facility is only less than 20 years old. First of all, no, 2009. So yeah, but 15 years old.
Yeah, like it opened 08, 09, somewhere around there. Yeah.
And so at the time,
almost 20.
So at the time, it had the newest everything in it, right?
Maybe it needs a little fresh coat of paint or whatever it is.
They redid the lockers because now
redid the locker room, right?
But Baltimore did the same thing. When I went back to Baltimore, Steve Bisciotti did it because new technology came out. Hell, it was just think about your phone. It's two different ports now that you have. You used to have a USB, now they got the new one right there. So you change that out. So basically, what you're talking about is adding more cushion to seats and putting more lights. And putting lights in the ceilings because that's a new thing. Put its lights at the ceiling for visual effects. Other than that, the training room, hyperbaric chamber, the water treadmill, hot tub, jacuzzi.
They put a barbershop in there now too.
Wow, but we already had that. We just had barber chairs, but now they just made a barber shop.
Now they have a barber shop. The locker room looks nice, like you said, all that stuff. And,
right.
And that's the only stuff that they're going to the players, that's the only stuff that they're going to care about. And by and large, most of I can only speak really for one or two, but like the majority of the teams around the NFL, who are they going to cater to more than anybody? The players.
Right.
So
I don't get it.
Not that they thumb their nose at the rest of the employees on the business side and all that stuff, but they're going to care about the players.
Right. Did the Ravens win because they had pool tables and they had the video games and the arcade games? And they had the half-court basketball. Like, who cares? And the putting green?
Some of the coaches, back in the day, old school coaches, they don't even want to give any of that stuff to the players anyway. It should be all about focus, all about football.
Because it can be distracting. Because you got guys that's supposed to be going to meetings, supposed to be studying their playbook. They're in there gambling on Madden. Or Fortnite.
And you want to comment?
Or Minecraft. What's next?
Well, so we were breaking down some possible quarterbacks for the Jets in 2026, and there was one intriguing option that could have happened around the league in the draft, and that guy would be by the name of Trinidad Chambliss. The unfortunate part here is that he really, really, really wants to go back to school, and as of this morning, he has been granted a 6th season of eligibility by a Mississippi State court judge, which will clear the way for him to play in 2026. However, the NCAA can still appeal on this, so I would assume this battle is not over yet.
It is.
Tom, it's got to be over because they've gone back and forth. This was the appeal. Like, how much you can't just keep. Both sides can keep appealing until kingdom come.
Because the kid has to start preparing to figure out where he's going to be. The draft is in a couple of months. You can't do that because the kid needs to know if he's going to be practicing with his team.
That's up to him.
And he got the No, he wants to go back to school. He's going back to school.
Yeah.
Because, think about it. This is, first of all, Trinidad Chambliss is not going to be a round 1 or round 2 pick. He's not.
I think he'll make second round.
I don't know about that. Not enough of a sample size. Size is an issue. he could go back to school, and one of the reasons why he wants to go back to school, one, he could boost his stock for 27, even though the quarterback crop is a lot more crowded for 27.
His NIL deal is going to be crazy.
And his NIL deal, he's the quarterback of an SEC school that's very successful on the football field in Ole Miss. He's going to make several $1 million next year. More than he would probably make as let's say, a mid-round draft choice in the NFL.
Yeah, we already saw what happened with Shador. Shador took a pay cut.
Bingo.
But the thing is, also, when you think about it, like, why did the NCAA, like, I was on and we had, not Fortenbaugh, Feinbaum. We had him on, and he was saying, like, how the NCAA always loses in court. So why would they want to keep embarrassing themselves and look like they stopped the kid? At the end of the day, who the hell cares? He's not like somebody that's going to change the league either way. Like, so why keep fighting? Just if they say they want to let him play, then let him play.
And see, here's the thing, too. All the college athletes or the schools, whoever's taking up the cases, they're going to their own state's court systems. And I think in this case, the judge, his name was Robert Whitwell.
Yeah, he's from the hood.
Yeah, I think he was an Ole Miss alum or something like that. So they're just going to these judges that graduated from the school, and they just so happen to be ruling in the player's favor.
We want Trinidad Chambliss to play quarterback for the Rebels next year. You hear?
But hold up. Who's a kid in Miami that played for 9 years?
Carson Beck?
We talking about 6 years, man. Like, 6 years is legitimate. You get a regular red shirt and a medical red shirt.
Well, 6 years, but a lot of that was at a junior college.
Yeah, Fair State, my hood. You know what I'm saying? He from the D. You know what I'm saying? But you see what I'm saying, though? How crazy you look, like, vindictive against a little kid, man. A kid is just trying to play football, trying to feed his family, and you saying 6 years ain't enough. Usually 6 years is about right. You know what I'm saying? If you have a medical red shirt and you have a regular red shirt, that's 6 years.
I mean, think about what's happening now, and it's more so in college basketball. You've got guys who didn't bother coming into the draft, and they go play pro overseas.
Yep.
And now because they're not cutting it over there, or they want to go back to school, whatever, they're like enrolling in there because they.
Who's my guy from the Pistons that went to the G League? That was in the G League, then went to Alabama, then they kicked him back out, making him ineligible.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a guy 25 years old now. 25 years old who's going to try to get back into school because he's got college eligibility for next year. It's like, okay, we're just like rewriting the rules. It's like back to school. Bediako.
There are no rules. This is the Wild West.
There we go. It's better. About time the players get to be the Wild Wild West. These coaches taking all the money and leaving. I mean, what Lane Kiffin did, they should be ashamed of being an adult acting like that. And you want to try and hold these kids to a higher standard when these coaches be getting ghosts whenever they want to.
It's funny, too, that, like, all this stuff is still going on with Ole Miss, with Trinidad Chambliss or whatever, and, like,
yeah,
at least for now, Lane Kiffin doesn't have his fingerprints on it because he already got the life raft and he's at LSU.
Well, what if Lane Kiffin try and get him a transfer with an NIL deal to LSU? You know the offense. Come on over.
What? One more time?
Yeah, I got one more fun one for you guys. And while we're sticking with the college football, why the hell not? So apparently this one's from Pete Thamel. The Big Ten, speaking of the college football playoff, apparently they're laying out a 24-team playoff plan that would eliminate conference championships. It would be a 23+1 model, which would also add an additional weekend of on-campus CFP home games. So I don't know too much about it. I'd have to look into it a little bit more. But now there's a big push for, what were we at, 12 teams right now? They want to make it 24.
I mean, come on.
Over-diluted, man. Nobody want to see these horrible games.
By the way, did you see next year, this upcoming college football season or whatever, the day that the first round of playoff games start to when the national championship is, 39 days.
Was it the Big Ten tournament?
It's longer than the NFL playoffs.
No. What I'm saying is this going to be like March Madness?
Well, guys, 39 days.
That's crazy work.
Because the national championship is a week later next year. I think it's like January 25th or something like that. So, like, the first round starts December 17th, 18th, somewhere around there. And then the national championship game is like January 25th. I mean,
they don't get crushed by the NFL, by the way.
Enough is it. Well, and that's what happened this year. You almost like forgot about the national championship because it was like 2 weeks after the semis.
The NFL might move theirs, though, because if they get the 18th game, they're going to have to put another bye week in there. Hey,
well, the Super Bowl's
if next year if they get the 18th game and they add it in, ESPN can't just divide my check by 18 games. They're gonna have to pay me more money, man. Our salary cap's got to go up as employees. You know what I'm saying?
What would that have to do with it though? For an extra game?
They can just say, we split up. Your salary is your salary.
But how are we affected by football, though?
No, what I'm saying. Oh, no, I'm talking about like the Jets pre and post or stuff like that.
Oh, that.
Yeah, all the
different.
work.
Yeah, an extra game, extra money, 100%.
But they might say nah. They might say, hey, your salary is your salary.
Well, no, if it's still because like for example, like football, 17 regular season games, 3 preseason games.
But what I'm saying is they might just split. For the players, they got to get the players' money. For you, they can just divide it by 18.
No, they're not gonna touch it. That's the thing. Especially if it still adds up to 20. Like, because if they cut a preseason, you don't, like for TV, you don't do the preseason games. Like we do preseason games for the radio.
Yeah.
So like if it still ends up being 20, they'll probably just say, no, it's still 20.
Nah, hell no. There's different intensity.
I know there's different. Trust me. I know there's different intensity, but that's another day for another time. But hey, we already know. Think about it. Next year, 366 days from now, Super Bowl 61, because it's on Valentine's Day next year. And the first NFL Sunday is going to be September the 13th for this upcoming season. Oh, did you see this? The season's going to start on a Wednesday, according to this report.
Is this Brazil?
Australia.
That's because they're a day behind, but they're really a day ahead.
Well, they're 16 hours ahead of like East Coast time. So what's going to happen is that
it's going into the future.
Either the Australia game will be on a quote-unquote Wednesday, or they'll make the Seahawks play their kick-it-off championship at home on a Wednesday. And then those 2 games will still be on consecutive days.
Well, I guess it really don't matter because you're still not in that groove. When you come in there, the first game, whatever day it is, it's the first game.
Problem I have with the Australia game is that if it's going to be Niners-Rams, hold on a second. You can't tell me, as the NFL, that you prioritize division matchups above everything else because that's how you have the final week of the season. Everybody plays within a division. And then you're going to basically just give away the first game of the season overseas and make it a division game, a rivalry game, an important game, and really like the quote-unquote home team doesn't have home field advantage for that game?
Hey, man, we got to grow the game. Somebody got to pay the price.
Crocodile Dundee cares that, Rams and Niners are coming over.
But when you do that, then you get to use who's the girl with the mole on her face from Australia?
The girl with the mole on her face from Australia.
The blonde. She fine as hell. She's in hip hop. Man, golly. She used to date 21. Is
that Iggy Azalea?
Yeah, Iggy. There you go.
Yeah, she's gonna flip the coin. She's gonna be the honorary captain.
That's what I'm saying. But no, she go do the entertainment, so that's what I'm saying. Then she gonna open it up to that.
Well,
to that
I don't know. I don't know who the home team is for that, either the Rams or the Niners. But I can tell you, both coaches are probably annoyed as hell that they're losing a home game against a division opponent.
But it don't matter, man. It's on the road. It's spanning the game. Like,
yeah, you do.
But the best team, who cares if it's a home game or not? The best team got to go through. You're going through the same.
But the 49ers, when they play at SoFi in L.A., it's all 49er fans. Like, they pack that joint on the road. They're not going to be able to pack the joint in Melbourne or wherever the hell the game is going to be.
Trust me, they'll find a way.
800-919-3777. Rams. Niners-Rams.
Okay. Well, Rams don't have fans.
They don't have fans.
So it don't matter. The Australians going to have the people that's going to travel, the people that live in Silicon Valley with all the money.
Let's be real. Rams have more fans right now probably still in St. Louis than they do in L.A.
Absolutely.
As sad as that is.
Instead of Eric Dickerson.
Dan and Bart, ESPN New York.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
This February at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, love is in the air with our $100,000 Roll into Romance drawing. Be here on Fridays in February from 3 to 7 p.m. when each hour one lucky guest is drawn to roll the dice for a shot at winning up to $5,000. Earn entry starting at 2 p.m. Club members can earn up to 5 times entry multipliers at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hey, it's Michael K. I love when I get to talk about PC Richard & Son. This has been my go-to store for years now. They're local, they're family-owned, and they truly care about their customers. And you know, I love to support our local businesses. Always have. And you should too. During their President's Day sale, save big on appliances from all the top brands, up to 40% off. In fact, the more you buy, the more you save, with up to $1,000 in additional savings on qualifying appliances. So do what I do and get to PC Richard & Son today. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
It starts with the first early morning, the uniform, the training, the challenge. Every trooper remembers day one at the academy. But where they end up, no two stories are the same. At the New York State Police, the path you take is up to you. If you're ready for a career with endless opportunities for growth, start here. Go anywhere. Apply today at joinstatepolice.ny.gov.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
For 100 days, I'm going to cross the 7 continents because the answers to everything important are out there at the edges of our world. I'm stepping into the unknown. Where are we going? To see our planet
This is amazing!
as it's never been seen before. From pole to pole.
Pole to Pole with Will Smith from National Geographic. Now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Show me the way.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be. And that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament. And then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Rickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rickleball.
Yeah, right. You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner. If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Rickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer it be named after you. No, you don't. You want all the shine. No, I don't. Call whatever you want. Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. To sign up and register to play, go to the ESPN New York app and click on the Rickleball tile.
Yeah. Got that long weekend coming. President Day don't matter because I still have to work, but y'all might not. 2, 3, 4, 5. Just got paid Friday night. Party's jumping. Feel all right. Booty shaking. Dance to the beat. Grab a girl. Put her in the sheets. Just got paid Friday night. Have some fun. It's looking bright. Sun staying out. It's Got to stop. Yes, everybody. Guess what? It's President's Weekend, and I want you guys to go out and think, what would Rihanna do? That's how you should live your life. Go out and live and have fun. And have fun on the weekend. Is Valentine's Day. Got any special plans, big fella? It doesn't matter what your name is. So when you think about it, I want everybody to enjoy themselves. If you don't have a Valentine's Day, sweetheart, just let it go and just understand that maybe next year, or maybe it wasn't God's plan for you to have Valentine's this week. So just have fun, enjoy the festivities. All-Star Weekend, we call it the third leg, the final leg of the Gold Digger Sweepstakes. You know, it starts off with the Super Bowl, then it goes to the Pro Bowl, and then it goes to the All-Star Game, and then after that, it followed up by the Sundance Film Festival. So enjoy your festivities, everybody that goes.
What's the Gold Digger Sweepstakes? How do you get 3 legs out of that?
Because you try and find a baller when you go to the Pro Bowl.
Oh, I see.
Then you try and find
they have
a baller
those at the Pro Bowl?
Super Bowl. Yeah, they always out there lurking. You see the same girls.
Interesting.
And the same guys.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
You got or you can add the Oscars in there too if you want to go for like.
That'll be next month. Yeah.
You want to? No, the Emmys.
No, the Oscars is next month.
And you can throw the hip hop honors in there thing too though.
Hip hop honors.
But I tell you what, it's been a great week. But let's go back too because I almost forgot too. Let's go to the feel good moment of the week.
You got to pay
every Friday.
Yeah, I got to pay these bills. I go off on these tangents. I be forgetting.
Good moment of the week.
It is now
presented
time.
by the Samwell Institute for Pain Management.
Yes, it is now time for the feel good moment of the week, brought to you by Samwell Institute for Pain Management. My peoples, thank you for holding me down. And I think the feel good moment is finally somebody said the inside thing outside, and the outside thing was Kevin Durant saying, hey, man, you want to throw it on all these old heads for us to carry and talk about the competition and the competitive levels. How about the Europeans? I'm American. So he threw Jokic underneath the bus. He threw Luka Doncic under the bus about how they go about playing the game. Remember, everybody, the format now has changed. It's U.S. versus the world. And maybe that's the right recipe to get these guys to show us a little effort. Right? I remember the days when they would mess around and have fun and joke, but then it got real serious when you got to the third and fourth quarter or early in the fourth quarter. You can always tell when Jordan or you can tell when Karl Malone or Isaiah Thomas or somebody was like, yeah, it's time to play. We about to try and actually win now. We messing around earlier. So maybe we get a better product. So that's my feel-good moment of the week. Hopefully Kevin Durant's words inspire some of the younger players to play hard, and you have the guys that are stewards of the game like Kevin Durant, like LeBron James, say, hey, man, we got to do a better job in entertaining and play a little harder than what we've been playing because we're putting a bad product out there, and guys are taking time out on President's Weekend to spend their hard, good money on being able to do it because so far you can probably say, I would say the NFL has the worst all-star game, but that's understandable because you can't ask guys to put pads on and hit each other. You know, you can talk about basketball. Basketball, you play basketball, you don't get hurt. You might get tired, but it's not a physical game. So, feel-good moment of the month. That's the feel-good moment of the week, brought to you by Samwell Pain for Institute for Pain Management. For a pain-free life, feel free to visit SamwellPain.com today.
Good job with the Samwell, I should say. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Enjoy the.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's for everybody to go out there and have some fun. Thanks to Harvey. Thanks to Tom. We're going to do it again on Monday. We're working on the holiday.
Harvey got that paddle.
We're working on the holiday.
Harvey got that paddle from the Love Shop.
He's ready to go. We'll talk to you over the weekend. Have a good one.
Ready.
K's show next. He's Bart. I'm Dan. Bye, everybody.
You got sprinkles, Harvey?
Want to know why betting the winter games on FanDuel makes sense? Well, from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Which winter event do you have a good feeling about? Figure skating, bobsled, skiing, snowboarding, curling matches that start slow and somehow get tense fast? Speed skating decided by inches, hockey games that just feel different from the